Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. I'm Pete the Games Master, and joining me today are...
Simon,
Dan, Roger,
and Mark.
Excellent. And today this is episode 1 of Star Wars Fractured Empire. The camera pans down from a starfield to a dark, beige and tan, heavily industrialised world. This is Vandelhelm, currently under the rule of one of the Imperial remnants, the Eriadu Authority, known simply to you still as the Empire. A screen wipe brings us down to the planet's surface, where we see four figures crouching at a ridgeline near a series of mountains. In the distance, on the horizon, this is punctuated by industrial smokestacks, a city skyline, and the odd Imperial TIE fighter flying across with their distinctive screech. The four figures look down into the ravine as a probe droid slides effortlessly across the scree towards the entrance to a ship which seems to have crash-landed in the mountains and been covered recently by a landslide. So, the four of you are standing over a ravine. We have a nice battle mat to show our little ravine here. And the four of you are looking down. There is a probe droid beneath you. You can see that this is moving around, clearly scanning the area. It seems to be unaware of you so far. However, it is moving ever closer to your quarry, the ship that has crash-landed in the ravine.
how far from us is said probe droid?
I would say it's probably about 30, 40 feet, that kind of distance.
so much to shoot that.
10, 20 metres.
It's not our droid, I assume.
No, it's an Imperial
It's going as it's kind of floating along.
I'm going to
through
kind
the
of
rocks.
pull my pistol
I
out
have
and
something
kind of
useful. I have a comm jammer.
Excellent.
Oh,
Prevent it from...
Page 178.
Excellent. This is our first time playing Fantasy
I thought I'd make
15.
numbers, page numbers on it.
Yeah, it's a
before
very
you-
good idea.
actually.
It's a very good idea.
I shall leave my gun holstered, otherwise I might just make a noise and everyone will know where we are.
Okay, so you have a comm jammer. This is not a small piece of kit. It's a kind of device that you have to kind of bring out your backpack, put down on the side, and kind of activate. Twiddle a few knobs, a few sliders, that kind of thing. Let's have a look. There are people. Smaller versions can shout out local signals. Cut through the noise created by a comm jammer requires a computer's check. So you basically turn this on, and it jams the area. And if it wants to communicate out, then it needs to make an average difficulty check, which is 2 of our lovely purple dice added to its roll to achieve that. So you're going to set that up and turn it on.
okay.
Have you got a computer?
When it's on.
No, I'm going to probably pass it over to you because I have no idea.
So I'm going to take the pistol out, to take it out. Kind of.
You've done it.
Are you going to lean over the ravine and shoot at the...
Yeah,
shoot
we're
at the
jamming it.
probe
We
droid?
need to take it out.
Okay, right. So you're going to attack the probe droid.
Did we establish that the jamming was successful? Don't we need to roll?
The guy with the computer roll needs to make...
I will do said jamming.
You're basically turning this thing on.
Yeah.
So this is going to be easy for you.
Yeah.
So we're going to have an intelligence and computers roll.
Yeah.
So what's your scores for that? You've got 4 intelligence, 1 computers.
Europe.
So you can have 3 ability dice and 1 proficiency dice. Now add a purple dice for the situation.
Yeah.
And then roll those, and let's see what happens. Our first roll.
First roll.
So what we have
no, that's bad.
here.
Or is that good? Yeah, that's
we
bad.
have successes. How many successes have you got?
So I got 1 success, 2 successes,
Which are cancelled out by these 2. Oh no, that's threats. That's threats. So you pass. Yep.
So my two advantages
Yep.
cancel out the 2
2
threats.
Yep.
And then I get a
Successes.
2 successes,
With 2 more advantages.
and I also get 2 more advantages.
Okay, so you turn this on, and in previous life,
Yeah.
you've used the con jammers before.
Just go like, yeah, this is really easy.
Don't forget to turn that up.
As the TIE fighter spirals out of control. Oh, where's my navigation gone?
And there's a low hum and thrum from this bit of kit that you place on a sturdy boulder. And your is there anything in particular you want your advantage to represent? Because if you don't, then I'm going to say it's just 1 step harder for it to communicate out.
No.
Okay, so we're going to say instead of that being average difficulty for a hail out through your comm jammer, you've set the frequencies and the counter waves so well that it's now a hard roll for the probe droid if it wants to hail out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to switch to our battle cam, and we can see our. If someone could illustrate the nice ravine. Yes, we've got the ravine. Yes. The muddy ravine, and the 4 of you are sort of over, just slightly off screen, I think it would be, and there's a probe droid.
They're so cool.
Down here, and you guys are kind of, sort of, over there. If you can pop those over there. So you are at short range from the droid.
Okay.
Okay. So you are going to try and attack it. So what we're going to do...
Well, can I duck into like a... Because if I'm elevated, right?
You are
I'm going to kind of drop down, so I'm in mainly behind cover from the thing.
Sure.
And using the ground to rest my gun, shoot the thing.
So you're in moderate cover. So I will give it setback die when it tries to attack you. Okay. So what we're going to do is we need to roll initiative because this is kicking off a little combat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn to the page, the right page. Here we go. Initiative 198. So here we go. Turn combat. Determine initiative. At the beginning of the first round, all players and NPCs need to determine in what order the characters will take their turn. This is referred to as initiative. To determine the initiative order, each player and NPC makes a simple, no difficulty dice, cool or vigilance check. But which one to use? Let's have a look. Cool or vigilance?
don't have either of
Using cool skill when they are aware and ready for combat. And you use vigilance when you are not ready. Begins unexpectedly. So the probe droid will be using vigilance, and you guys will be using cool. Once all initiative checks have been made, the GM notes down the results of each check and ranks them in order. So cool has a stat associated with it, I assume.
Yes,
indeed.
it does.
Yeah.
Presence.
Cool. Presents, okay.
You don't have it, but you roll your presence dice.
Okay.
If you had cool, you could then up any two. So roll it with one green die. Yep.
Oh, presence.
How do we interpret these symbols?
So you
It's on
have a
your,
sheet.
little combat sheet.
That sheet in the middle
This
there.
one.
Get that one out. So
that's
you
one
basically
success, one advantage.
to pass, you have to have some successes.
Oh, I
left
see.
over. But they cancel each other out on those pairs. Success is cancelled by failure.
Advantage is cancelled by threat. Ah.
Yep.
So I got a success and an advantage.
Yes.
Do advantages count in this?
They count as a success.
I'll do
Oh,
that.
I see. For the purpose of determining.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case, 4.
3.
2.
Okay. So, let me
What'd you
roll
get?
vigilance for the probe droid.
I got an advantage.
So 1.
Okay, I got 2.
So you get 1.
Okay. Okay, okay, so initiative works slightly differently in this, in that there are slots of activity. And it's not that we do number the person with the highest first. What happens is, if you guys win the initiative round, you guys go first. One of you goes first, and you can pick who goes first. Then I go. Then one of you goes. Then I go.
Okay.
Then one of you goes, and so on.
Right.
Yeah. If I win, I go first. Then one of you.
Right.
So you would win by having a higher
Result on my
than
dice
any
than
of us.
any of you. So your
Right.
team is rolling against my team.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you've
cool.
got 2, so we go first because
Exactly.
Roger's got 4 and I got
Yep.
3.
So it's more of a narrative thing. So there's a combat that starts and there's alternating rounds. So you can go, this round the guy's knocked down. So the first person to go is the big damage dealer. Go for it.
Nice.
Now, before we begin, I'm very remiss because we forgot to roll our destiny pool. So what we all need to do is get one
white one.
force die, the white die, and tell me what you roll on it. Just light or dark. It doesn't matter how many there are.
Light.
1.
What did you get?
One
Dark?
dark one.
Dark.
So 2
I'm
darks, 2 lights. So what did you get?
I got. Well, you said it didn't matter which one.
Yeah, it
get
doesn't
light
matter which
How
one.
many? I got light.
So
Okay,
2
cool.
light, 2
You
dark.
got
So,
2, didn't you?
as
I
you
got
can
two, but
see
I don't
on the
think the
screen
quantity counts.
below me, down here,
I don't think the quantity
we
matters.
have our Destiny Pool tracker. And these will flip. If you want to use one, you can use one, then it flips to dark. If I use it, it flips to light, and the pool keeps rotating.
Yeah.
is your destiny.
Yes.
Excellent. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly tell you what Destiny points do. Because these might come up when I try and kill Roger. I mean, when we get into combat.
Harsh.
Well, come to session 2 then, mate.
How Destiny
you
points are
get.
used.
Oh man, he's so crap.
When a player spends a light side Destiny point, it is converted into dark side. Conversion takes place at the end of the action during which the Destiny point was used. Following section explains some of the ways. All characters have the opportunity to call on Destiny to enhance any skill check they are about to attempt. Player may spend 1 Destiny point to upgrade his starting dice pool by 1 step. This refers to upgrading an ability die into the superior proficiency die. The GM may spend a dark side Destiny point in the same way to upgrade an NPC dice pool. So if we say upgrade your dice pool, that means you turn one of your green dice into a yellow dice.
Okay.
Yeah. You can raise the stakes. Destiny can also be used to keep characters out of harm's way. You can call on Destiny to make an opponent's skill check more challenging. A single player may spend 1 light side point to upgrade the difficulty in any NPC skill check by 1 step. So we get another purple die.
Yeah.
So you can make your life easier,
Yeah.
my life harder. Special abilities. Many powerful talents allow characters to spend Destiny points for various effects. That'll be covered by your talents if you have them. Luck and Deus Ex Machina. Destiny can also be used by the players to introduce facts and additional context directly into the narrative. Imagine the character land on a planet they expected to have a breathable atmosphere only to find a leak of the gas mining facility has rendered the air toxic. One of the players suggests spending a Destiny point saying, "Good thing you remembered to pack those rebreathers last time we went out on a mission." And you happen to have rebreathers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can kind of go, "Oh, I found a credit chip down the side of the thing," you know, or "He left the door unlocked," kind
Oh,
of
look,
thing.
a pile of thermal detonators.
Let's
be sensible.
Maybe not a pile. And I can't do that because obviously I do that anyway. I make up the game, so you guys can influence the game a little bit by spending your Destiny point.
We win.
Yay! Campaign done. Episode 1.
Good job, team.
So that's how you can use a Destiny point. Now I get the feeling that might be somewhere on one of these cheat sheets that we got from the storyspanner.net, who have produced these awesome cheat sheets that we're using for various rules and systems, and they're very handy. I suggest you go and check those out, and we'll have that link in the video description below. Excellent. Okay, so you guys are going to go first.
I think Roger should actually go first because you were taking the shot. You were the one prepared to take the shot.
Oh, I thought we were just going to jump it. I think you should probably go first. You're the combat
So-
monkey. Go on.
In combat, you can perform a maneuver and an action. A maneuver is like moving, readying something that doesn't require you interacting with somebody else. An action will be like hacking a computer, shooting someone, hitting someone, those kinds of things. Maneuver, when you maneuver, you can aim, you can assist someone, you can go into a guarded stance, and these should be on your cheat sheets, combat options.
Combat options, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So you get one maneuver for free. If you want to do a second maneuver, you take 2 strain, and you can take a second maneuver.
Okay.
Yep. Then you get an action, and an action is like, I'm going to drop prone or stand from prone. I'm going to prepare something. I'm going to exchange an action for a maneuver. Or I'm going to spend an action to activate one of my special abilities.
Alright, so dropping, so you can't like drop prone and shoot.
No.
Okay.
No, because you get one action. Perform a skill check, perform a combat check. So you can attack someone, use a skill.
Just so we're aware, on the cheat sheet it says drop to prone and stand from prone is in manoeuvres.
Oh, sorry, yes. No, you're right. They've got a weird layout on the book. It looks like it goes that way, but it goes that way. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sorry.
So drop from prone or stand from prone is in the manoeuvres. Dropping prone allows a character to add a setback die to range attacks made against them. Although he must add a boost die to opponents attacking them in melee. Things like that.
So if they're laying on the floor, they're easy to stab them back.
Yep. Okay. Let's have a look. That's pretty much the gist of it.
Okay.
Yeah? So you can move, you can jump onto it. If you want to get onto something, get off something, swap your guns around, move, that's a manoeuvre. Moving from short range to close range would be one manoeuvre.
Yep.
Moving from long range to close range, long, short, close would be 2 manoeuvres.
2 manoeuvres.
And there's extreme range as well.
Yeah.
So basically, there's no like you move 5 squares. It's like there's an area. So what we have here is we have one zone here, and we have one zone over here. So if you're over here and shooting him, you're at short range. If you were here and shooting him, you'd be at close range. When you're at close range, you can engage someone, which is when you get so close, you can shake their hand or punch them in the pods.
Stab with a really big sword.
Or stab them with a really big sword. That takes a manoeuvre, I believe. Interact with the environment, move, change range increment, engage or disengage. So if you want to move in to the ravine and engage him in close combat and attack, you can do that all in one round, but that'll be 2 manoeuvres and an action. So your second manoeuvre would cost you 2 strain.
Okay, which means it gives you setback.
You can't do 2 manoeuvres and an action.
Yeah, it says 1 or 2 manoeuvres.
Yeah, but
You can.
you can spend 2 strain points. So
You can spend 2 strain points to get an extra manoeuvre.
Yeah.
And strain, you've got a strain threshold
Yep.
on your character sheet above your stats. So you've got wounds and strain. Wounds is like, I'm going to take damage and then I fall apart and die. Strain is like mental stress and like fatigue,
And then when
and
you get to 0.
I'll fall asleep and pass out.
So they're like almost like insanity points in.
no.
But it's more like physical resilience and your mental.
So you're having to
resilience.
use up.
Yeah, so
I see.
Does it go up or down? So your threshold is...
so you count up, so you add up the strain that you have
Right, okay.
until it hits your threshold.
Right, okay.
Once it does, you pass out. You don't delete. You don't. It's not a hit.
I mean,
points
you
where
start
Yeah.
with... I mean, you start with no strain.
You start with
and then go
0
up.
strain.
Okay.
Go up. Yeah.
Then as I've been asked to do the combat side of things, I'm gonna just aim with my heavy blast pistol
Okay.
and shoot him.
Okay. Cool. Right. So you're going to spend a maneuver aiming,
Yep.
which gives you a boost die. Yep.
Yep.
You could take 2 strain to take another maneuver and aim again and get 2 boost dice if you wanted, but you don't have to.
I'm just gonna roll straight because I feel like strain might come in handy later.
Okay, cool. So you're going to attack with your heavy blast.
Let's blast the droid.
Okay. Oh, sorry. You're at.
Oh, you have to roll the number
hang on.
of.
You're at short
difficulty
range.
I'm at short range.
So what we need to roll, let me just find this, is 1 difficulty die.
Is that the purple one?
That's
Isn't
the
it?
purple one. So roll that one. That's 1.
That's 1 failure.
Yep.
Oh,
So,
you're despairing.
so have you
it's
got
a
any
failure, not
successes?
I've got 2 successes.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4 advantages.
Okay, but
That takes off.
that takes off one of them.
Takes off an
So
advantage,
you got
doesn't
one.
it?
No,
No,
a
success.
A failure takes off a success.
Oh,
So you get 1 success and then lots of advantage.
So here we go. Assemble your dice pool.
Success and failures cancel, advantages, disadvantages cancel.
So I've got 1 success and 4 advantages.
Okay, right. So, let's have a look. When making a combat check, if the check is successful, each uncancelled success adds 1 damage to a successful attack.
Right.
If the attack affects multiple targets, the additional damage is added to each target, like a grenade
Yeah.
would affect all of them.
Yeah.
So, as with every skill check, advantage and triumph can be spent to gain incidental benefit effects on a combat check. Some of the options governing the spend are more clearly defined.
Yeah.
First and foremost way to spend advantage in an attack is to activate a critical injury or activate weapon qualities. In addition to always counting as a success, triumph can be spent to activate these abilities as well. Okay, so advantage, you've got 4 advantage.
Yep.
So, what do we want to spend? So you fire at it and your shot hits the probe droid.
Yes.
And you hit it on its main ocular sensor. And in fact you damage it. That it will have a setback die on all of its future ranged attacks. These things have simple blast, light blaster weapons to defend themselves in just this kind of situation. However, you have more. You have that. We'll say that's like 2 advantages, kind of taken up doing that.
Yeah.
But you have 2 more. So what you can do if you want is to say that in particular will benefit these people hiding in terrain, and that might be Caven, and that might be, you know. So if you want to give people a boost die, you can.
I'll give a boost die to the droid and a boost die to the pilot. That's my last 2 advantages.
Okay. Yeah. Add a boost to the next allied active. Oh no, sorry. So you can spend 1 to add a boost die to the next active character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I have to do. Would that be 2 boost dice to 1? I could give them.
Or can you only give 1 at a time and waste the other one?
You could recover. Oh no, you haven't taken
Recover
any
strain. So you can recover strain by
using
two-
advantages.
Yeah, but obviously I've not.
With 2 of them are giving the droid a setback die on its next check.
Yeah. So I've got 2 remaining.
You could. We'll say you can add. You can add another boost die. Yep. We'll say that.
2 boost dice to.
Yep. The next.
I'll give it to the pilot then.
Yep.
And my gun, if it matters, is.
We'll figure this out as we go.
Yeah.
And as we get used to it, we'll be you. I mean, you as a player will be able to say, "I'm going to use advantage to do this and that," and I'll say, "Well, there's an opportunity here for you to do something a little bit different."
Cool.
Feel free to tell us in the comments.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you have experience with the Fantasy Flight dice system for the Star Wars games or Genesis or any of their games, because it's all pretty similar, then comment below. Cool. Okay, so you're successful. You hit it. How much damage does your?
Well, you said I get +1 for my 1 success, don't I? So it does
Yep.
8 damage.
Does 8 damage. Okay. Give me 1 second. No, it's not in that one. It's in. I've got several books already. Look at that. It's in here. Right. Where's that droid? Where's that droid?
Are you looking for the
Stats
the
for
hit
the
points
droid.
on the droid?
Yeah, I'm looking for the droid. Ah, that is the droid I'm looking for.
So there is a section. There is a section just there that gives you an idea.
Yeah, of the
Okay, well there you go.
advantages.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I was just
on
looking at that.
the on the cheat sheets
Yeah.
we've got, that gives you a bit of. But we can also do like a flavour thing or something a bit different.
One of them had it. So 1 you could give it to the next person,
Yeah.
but then 2 you could give it to anybody,
Okay.
or
cool.
give your adversary a.
The disadvantage.
Yeah,
I thought that
disadvantage.
was quite an appropriate one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 3 was disarm target.
Yes. And if you have a triumph,
That
then
was
you
good.
can upgrade the difficulty on the target's
Yeah,
next
yeah.
check.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have got exploration droid. Okay.
We went straight for
So
the veteran
your
cheat sheet.
your heavy blaster, you lean over the ridge, hits it, and you see kind of energy crackle around it. Clearly, it has some rudimentary armor plating, and you all kind of are watching as you see this blast strike, but you deal significant damage to these things. Aren't built to survive huge amounts of damage. They're kind of more of a finesse machine. Although we all know that they tend to explode.
You go
boom. Okay, so then it's my go. So it's going to try and attack you with its simple blaster systems. However, you're behind cover and you've given it setback die. So I've got 2 setback die, and I have an agility of that, but no other stuff.
That sounds like quite a few dice.
It does, yeah.
And 2 of them were bad.
So I have 1 success and 3 advantage. I'm going to. So the probe droid turns around and it's kind of fractured, damaged eye. Kind of, it's got like a circular thing. Turns around, little blasters go, and the rocks in front of you. Not only does it hit you, but it like blasts a hole in the rocks in front of you, eradicating your cover. It's going to use its 3 advantage to do that.
Awesome.
You take. Where are we? Ranged.
Is it a light blaster?
It's a light blaster.
5.
5 plus 1, so 6 damage.
I soak 5 of it, so I'll take it.
Whoa!
Wow.
Jeez, Crease. Just like, ugh.
You got the tough thing, haven't you?
I've got-
You the
He's got
extra
a bit of armour.
soak.
Yeah, I've got extra soak and
yeah,
I've got armour. I've got armour going to give me 2.
But you now don't get. It doesn't get a setback die against you
Yeah.
for cover. Everyone else it does, because you're all still in cover. Okay, so now it's your go. And it will be your go now until you're all done.
Yeah,
Alright,
because
seeing
you've
as
got
I've
no
got-
more
I've
people
got
in your
no more
pine.
Seeing as I've got these, I may as well go next.
Oh, sorry, it didn't make its manoeuvre.
Oh,
Sorry, I forgot to say. It moves to. It will be short, it'll be long range. You can just see it in the doorway. Now, as you watch it manoeuvre,
wouldn't it be medium next?
medium. Yes, sorry, not long. I'm used to like tactical games or D&D where it's short or long. So medium, you see it move away and it's sort of going blah, 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 as it's moving, like tracking with its weapon and its eye, moving through the ravine, and you can see it go towards the blast door airlock of this crashed ship, which has got debris and scree falling down and rocks all over it. So no wonder other people haven't spotted this ship. You just happen to have the right tip to be in the right place. You can still see it.
Cool. Can I move up to cover closer to it?
Yes, you can move into that. You can move into that area, and then you'll be at short distance into the
that's
first
the
corridor.
manoeuvre, right?
Bit further
kind
back.
of just so I'm
Yeah,
like
there.
leaning
Yeah.
round the corner
Sure.
because I'm not an idiot.
Sure.
So,
Okay. Yep. So it's a short range, so it's 1 difficulty dice. It's not in cover or anything, so go for it.
So they cancel. Triumphs count as a success as well, don't they?
They do.
Okay, so 4 successes, 2
Whoa.
advantages, and a triumph.
Whoa!
Wow.
And a partridge in a
You got a triumph.
Okay, so you got a triumph. So that counts. So you got 5 successes, and whatever you want to do with
So-
your triumph.
So it's 10 damage
Okay.
from that, and the triumph
Can
do
I-
something extraordinary.
Can I suggest something?
I'm going to suggest something.
Okay.
You shoot, and your blaster bolt hits the door control, and the blast door for the door goes and opens, and the probe droid is crushed between it and falls shattered to the floor
That'll do, wouldn't it?
Without exploding and a
without exploding, because you got 4 advantages. That's like
Yeah.
boom.
That'll
You
do.
did something very cool and classy there, like little. But the door isn't shut. It's not like
yeah.
found an obstruction, but the probe droid's body just fell to pieces, and there was a brief, like little howl from the
Okay.
machine.
After it
sorry
goes.
for it now.
I'm just going to kind of turn up and give everyone a very cheesy grin.
Cool.
Fair enough. You don't want to have a single sexy tear.
I'm not sure I could pull off a single sexy tip.
John's not here. So you guys are the probe droid is gone. Well, it's in ruins on the ground. You could go and check it out and see if you can harvest anything from it, or see if any of its memory banks are intact and if it's got any cool scans.
Yes, please.
But for now, all you can see is this ravine entrance. There's kind of small bits of machinery that have fallen off this falling ship when it crashed and when things fell on it. So that area in front of... I need a pointing stick, that's what I need.
Or a laser pointer.
That area over there, yes, it's got some debris in it. So you're now looking down from the ravine into this area. What do you guys want to do?
Sparks, get down here. There might be something useful in that droid.
Yeah, I want to go and investigate that. Will it be more than one manoeuvre to get to where it is?
We're not in combat, so I'm assuming you can just kind of amble around.
Well, we'll carry on in manoeuvres for now.
Okay.
Yeah, but you won't have to straight. So you can move up. You can all move up together into that area. So you're all in there.
I shall give you back your jammer.
I'll put it back on my back.
So you guys have all come into that space.
If we keep that running, it will keep blocking anyone that's here, right?
This is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, but you have to set it up and use it. Essentially, I would have to sit there and...
I assume you're going to move
do
up
it.
then.
Well, I'm not going first. I'd be sitting.
Yeah, I'm going to move up to the...
Well, as you come round, there's some interesting debris on the floor in front of you. By the way, we're using Imperial Assault tiles for this.
And
hopefully you guys are getting a good view of this.
Looks good on our screens.
Yeah, we'll see when it comes out the other end. Yes, you can see some debris there. And when you get down there, you can see beyond the ruined probe droid that there is a corridor into the ship. Looks like an airlock. There's a corridor, and you think there may be some rooms up ahead. You're not 100% sure.
Is there a port near the door that I can plug myself into? My little data slate.
There's a port near the door. You will have to move up as well, so you can move up.
Oh, move
Everyone's
up.
starting to move up.
Yeah, I'm going to say Janway, cover them, make sure nothing's in there.
Okay, cool. So as you approach, you can see further down. There's maybe a doorway on the left, something down the end, a bit of a corridor. To you, the ship looks like Imperial design.
Okay. What is it about this debris on the ground that's caught my attention?
It just looks like a part of the ship. Maybe some sort of stabilizer, part of the thruster systems. You're not sure. It's just debris. You're just kind of, as a technician, you're like, oh, that's quite interesting.
Anything salvageable?
Probably not. It's all smashed to bits, probably, isn't it?
At this point, describe what your character looks like.
Ah, I see. Yeah. So my response to you is going to be. So yeah, I'm a KX series security droid.
Rogue One droid.
Like K2SO.
Yeah, but I've had a respray, so I'm kind of like industrial yellow and black, like a massive warning sign.
Hazard stripes.
Yeah, exactly. Hazard stripes.
Yeah.
You do well hiding then.
Like a JCB.
Caven, yeah, exactly. I'm like a JCB. I'm a walking, talking JCB. Caven was kind of salvaged me from a pile of junk, and at one point stuck a piece of
fit into our background.
PVC insulating tape on my head. So it's like a big eyebrow, and it's just kind of stuck. It's just stayed
like
there.
a raised eyebrow, because I thought it was funny.
And because it suits my personality, I've had my shoulders modded so I can shrug. so as you say this, is there anything that can be salvaged? I just look at you. I'm not really interested in this. It's just junk. I want to have a look at the droid.
Okay, so you're going to move up to the droid.
Can I do that all in this move? Or do I need to wait?
No, well now again it's like another round, so Dan, if you can move him up to the droid. As you move up to the droid, can you make...
Oh, I don't know whether I can.
Let's have a look. Let me get a character sheet so I can make sure. So, can you make a cunning and... Oh no, just a vigilance roll, sorry.
So
Vigilance is willpower.
Yes.
So
Which is 1. So do I just roll that?
Yes.
Oh.
You're going to get all excited over a droid.
Oh.
advance 1 success.
Success.
One success.
Okay. You hear from further on in the ship the sound of metallic feet moving on metal decking, like further down the corridor, like dum 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 dum, a bit further on.
Okay. Yeah, something's coming our way, so I think we need to retreat back to cover till we can figure out what's going on.
Okay. The probe droid in front of you is making some small noises. Almost as if it's like backup systems are trying to do something. No, it's like most of its systems are destroyed and damaged, but this kind of droid has like a dead man's switch kind of thing. If it does get destroyed, something might
blows
happen.
up.
Oh, we need to move.
Can you turn it off before it does? There could be something useful in there. Jean, cover him.
That was your go, yeah?
Yeah.
It's my go.
Note for future. Don't get too close
Oh, don't worry.
to down destroyed things. Worry.
Okay. It makes a strange noise, and then it sounds like it's going and then it can't do anything.
Stop jamming too soon.
Okay. It's
Almost like,
starting
as a droid, you assume it was trying to make some sort of communication, but it wasn't able to get through the jamming.
Oh, the jammer's still going.
It's active, it's just on
And
my
then
back.
the droid
Yeah.
passes. It goes on to Silicon Heaven. Red Dwarf, baby.
But where do all the calculators
Okay, so if you can remove the probe droid for me, that's why.
Again, my reaction to this is just
Yeah, but it is there in front of you now. The rest of you are there. Are you gonna? You can talk. You can, like in your round, you can say, "Hey, I heard something," or
yeah. I think we need to kind of take cover because or get out of the line of sight of this doorway because something's coming out.
Well, they know we're here. As you say that, I put my holster away and...
This is sort out.
So we're moving into tight quarters now.
Okay.
Even I'm just roll his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, what a poser! Okay, that corridor is considered one zone. So if you're in that corridor with somebody else, you're in close range. But you'd still need to take a manoeuvre to engage them in combat. However, there's no restriction on movement, so you can, like, people are moving around, you can jump past them, you can do those kinds of things. So if it's combat in FFG Star Wars is a lot more narrative than, say, D&D, or it's a lot less tactical. It's a lot more about the story and, you know, the heroes and that kind of thing. So you said you're drawing a sword. Are you going to move up?
Yep, I'm going to move.
And you're stepping slightly out of the way.
I'm gonna step to the side.
If you think about it,
So
you're all
going
in that
into the other zone.
You're all in that space, so you're not like I've used my 4 steps.
Yeah.
But you're in that area, so you can kind of move to the side.
I'm gonna Can you can probably move me off to the other side.
That side.
A bit more. I'm kind of like that's it. So that
hugging the
off the
wall.
map.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that whatever's coming out that doorway is not going to see me. I'm going to just unholster my blaster as well.
I'm going to take cover behind that debris.
Okay. As this is all going on behind you, you see down the end of the corridor. There's now that you've stepped into the corridor a bit further, because you're now, I assume you're actually in the corridor section.
Taking it slowly though.
There is some machinery at the far end. You're not a starship expert. It looks like maybe some environmental controls. You don't know. But also standing next to it is a droid. It looks like you've had these kinds of things before. It looks like a security droid, a fairly bog standard, run-of-the-mill, nothing too hardcore.
Has it seen me?
It's pointing a gun at you.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So this is your go. So you've just made your manoeuvre, and you've seen it. Do you want to do anything?
And you're carrying a big sword.
This is why we're kind of doing a bit of an extended round system on this bit, because
So
you're kind of exploring this, this ship.
Could spend strain to engage it. Is that in the same zone?
You could do another
Not
manoeuvre.
quite. You could move into close range with it.
You could use strain to do a second manoeuvre. So is he? So everyone in that.
You could do strain to pull your heavy blaster and shoot it. with your action.
And you can get strained back if you roll enough successes.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, what I'm probably actually going to do is move into this. Use some strain to move into this corridor here. And, and put my back against the wall there.
Oh, that's a lot more of a wise decision, isn't it? Move further into the.
And he's going to do it as a roly-poly, as everyone, everyone can see that my model is and doing like a ninja.
Oh, hang on. Wait. We're not on the battle mat screen.
Oh,
do it again.
right, okay.
Full on,
We'll do it again.
full on
Ready?
ninja.
Yeah.
And it flicks into the back of the wall there.
Does he make the noises as he's doing it?
That's the noise of the metal pinging as his armour is like rolling across the ground.
Okay.
Wicked.
And
I'll
you then reveal this area.
Okay, but I might find it.
But that's not available to all of us, is it? That's only what he can see.
He can see that. Yeah, you can't see that room, but you can see the droid down the end. You can see the droid down the end of the corridor now. So I'm going to move this slightly further.
Oh, I can see the droid.
Yeah, you can see the droid now. Let's move this slightly further down towards the camera, so we've got a little bit more of the. Yes. Okay. So, you've just moved over there?
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything else? Do you want to shoot from that corner?
No, because I've already spent strain to do my second manoeuvre to
Yeah,
get
but
to
you
there.
can do an action.
Yeah, but I've got my sword out. So
Oh, yes, you have got your
so,
sword out. So you just prepare.
Oh, actually, no, I could have used. It says here action, you can exchange your action for a manoeuvre, so rather than taking strain, I will just use my action to do a second manoeuvre.
Fair play.
Because I was again.
That's a good idea.
I feel like.
Because you can't take an action anymore.
Yeah,
exactly.
So it makes sense to do
Good
that rather
idea.
than. So that's my manoeuvre.
Okay, cool. So now it's my go. It is going to move here. It's going to manoeuvre into this area. Because you're in a slightly different area, you're at short range. So it's going to shoot you. Okay,
It's alright,
here
it's
we
why
go.
we bring you along.
So,
It's fine. 5 soak for a weapon that does 5 damage. It's pretty good.
short range says 1.
You never
Depends if that's
difficulty.
got a light blaster. Yeah, it depends. It looks like it's got a slightly bigger blaster.
I think if it hasn't got a light blaster, somebody's going to get a big blaster.
It's not. If you, I mean, that model is standing there holding a thing, but it's kind of got a blaster on its arm. It's like a light thing.
Yeah.
Ooh. So, I got one advantage and a threat. They cancel each other out, but I got a success and an advantage. So, I'm going to give a setback die. No, I can't give a setback die. I can give a cover on strain. Notice a small. Inflict a critical injury with a successful attack that deals damage past soak. Activate weapon quality. Right, so it hits you, and it does, like blaster pistol, it does 6 damage.
Okay, so 5.
Okay, but
It has done damage.
it's going to do a critical hit on you. Just to see what happens. Here we go. Soak, range bands, additional modifiers.
Yeah.
Right in the little finger.
So on the weapon there's like a crit thing, and I'm assuming that's how much damage will go past my soak.
I assume so. But
I've
let's
got a
have
crit of 4 on mine.
let's have a little look to see if there's anything critical.
I got a crit of 3 on
Here we go. Ooh.
Wow.
Rare occasion, a number of factors can lead.
Perhaps the crit value is what you need to spend to do the crit.
That's ship combat.
If it-
critical hits.
So, it's like Legion, critical normally means that gets past soak without
So
having
it does
to.
extra damage to you.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Generally, critical injury, no matter what the rating, no addition, resolve.
Yeah, feel free to tell us if we're wrong in the comments.
Critical injury. When a character suffers damage, he reduces damage received by soak. If net result is 0 or negative, the character suffers no wounds. An attack may also generate a critical injury. This may occur because the weapon's critical rating triggered, or because the target suffered wounds greater than its wound threshold. More about critical hits was explained in Resolving Advantage and thing. When a critical injury is inflicted, the attacker rolls percentile dice on table 610. Critical injury result on page 217. Excellent.
Oh, that sounds really nasty for one advantage.
I
Yeah.
don't think you get some weapons and talents modify this critical hit roll. Okay.
Right, so if I do 4 damage past your soak, then I trigger a crit.
Or you just spend one advantage and do it.
Yeah, it seems very...
It seems incredibly light to
Oh, do you want just D100?
trigger it.
Sorry, I got it. Right. Sorry about that. Here we go. Oh.
You blow my arm off and I'm dead.
Okay, distracted. So it shoots at you. You're dazed. You're slightly distracted. You take. Did you take damage from the initial hit? One. You cannot perform a free maneuver during your next turn, so you're slightly discombobulated.
Okay.
And that means next
You
turn.
might find the crits aren't.
Oh, yeah, so they aren't as brutal.
This is not Spyhander.
yeah.
So I haven't just had my arm blasted off. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting like Woodford style.
So
Both of your legs are not
bleeding everywhere.
Did you finish your turn?
That was my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna step round the corner into this corridor, and I'm just gonna tell the droid to stand down. He's with us.
Okay.
Is that you?
So you're going to move in. You're going to move into the. Can you into the corridor?
Yeah.
So you're in close range.
With my blaster in hand. I
Okay.
took my blaster out on my last
And
turn.
what you're going to try and command them or
I'm
use a
just gonna
skill?
I'm just gonna tell it. I'm just
Okay,
gonna...
well we'll need a skill roll.
Coercion. Some
What I
form of
would say
coercion.
to you, as you step into the corridor, you realise that this droid is not a fully sentient droid such as yourself.
Okay.
This looks like a well-programmed but on a pattern style security droid that's been associated with this ship.
Okay.
So you could hack it.
You possibly could.
Maybe.
So, I will be up for you doing something like charm or leadership, it's up to you, to try and, I think, depending on what you roll, you know, make it think twice.
Oh no.
Is that one die?
Yeah.
Coercion.
Maybe not then. Maybe I'll just shoot it.
Yeah. Hey, maybe... Oh.
Hey, actually, I realise
Given that it's not sentient, I think I'm going to reconsider my design.
That's why I said it to you.
You'd actually
Yeah.
have to hack a system to deactivate him, essentially, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I even have the ability to do that.
Yeah,
can
but
hack
yeah,
it in,
yeah,
or
but
a central
my
system.
point is, you'd either have to walk up to him and start
physically, yeah.
And he'd probably try and stop you from
unscrew the backplate on his head.
Oh, whatever. I'm just
Start
gonna shoot
rewiring him.
Yeah, I'm just going to shoot it. So I've already got my blaster raised.
So your agility.
So yeah, agility, so 3.
And you've got light blasters, don't you?
Yes. Thank you.
And what's the difficulty?
The difficulty, it's short range, so it's 1.
Okay. Thank you. Why did I exchange one of the green ones?
Because you've got light
skill.
blasters trained.
Right.
So
Your stat is 3.
your stat is 3.
Yeah.
which would
Pick
have
up
been that.
3 green
Yeah.
dice.
Because you've got that.
Oh, you exchange one for every rank
upgrade
that
that.
you've got.
Yeah.
Ah, I get you, right. Okay, so...
So let's use
So look at your
those
chart.
cancel.
Yeah, so I've got 3.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. So you step out, and for a moment you think, I'm going to try and command a fellow droid to stop, oh no, hang on. This is
It's a
just like
toaster.
it's a toaster.
Yeah.
And you level your blaster, and how much damage do you do? You've got 3 successes.
5.
So 8.
8 damage.
Because you add the...
Oh, you add the 3 successes
Yeah.
to the damage level of the weapon, right? So yeah.
Okay, so 8 damage. It's got a soak of 3, so you do 5 damage. So you hit it full on, and it's like blasted to the side, and it's like shaking and moving as if it's like severely damaged. Right, I've already had my go, so you guys, whoever's left to go.
Well, I'm kind of ducking behind that. I'm just going to kind of aim my gun and...
Okay, so you're at medium range.
Am I? I'm only one zone away.
Oh yeah, sorry, short range. Yep, sorry, you're at close range. Oh no, sorry. Short range is... I'm getting this wrong. Short range is in the same area. Engaged is up close.
Okay.
So it's short
So
and
you-
medium.
so
So
you
you are
would be
2. You are 2 difficulty.
Yeah.
but you're going to aim.
Yep.
So you get a boost die. Yep. Oh. Oh.
So
Those threat take advantage, don't they?
So I get 3 successes, but a disadvantage.
But yeah, like a
that's difficult to interpret.
threat thing. Okay, so
Accidentally shoots you in the back of the head.
I hope not. Dan, can you do me a favour and point me in
Did
the
you
way?
get any situational dice, as in someone stood in front of you, like sparks?
Oh, good question. Would that add a black dice?
Because you're essentially.
Because I'm.
well,
yeah.
it's more. It's yeah. Go for it.
2 disadvantage.
Okay.
Well, you just would have thought that
it's more
a
difficult.
situational.
You're
That
absolutely
actually,
right.
the fact
It's almost like cover.
Yeah, there's a
kinda
big
makes-
KT.
yeah,
There's a big
makes
KT
sense.
droid
Yeah,
standing
yeah.
in the way.
yeah.
Dan, if you could just point where he's shooting from there down to there, and he's in the way. Perfect. Thank you.
I'm the lovely assistant.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so as you move up to the side, you start firing, and the sound and your movement causes dust and dirt from the rocks around you, because remember there's been landslides and rock slides and stuff, and like a big spray of dust slides down over you, and you get a setback die for your next. Let me have a look. An opponent may immediately perform character. Yeah. So you suffer a setback die on your next action, but you
Did 8 damage.
did 8 damage. So you. This dust comes down on you, but you fire through it, and the droid is taken out. It like collapses to the floor, like its arms fall off, and it kind of collapses.
In the wake of all of that, I've just heard all of this like dust fall and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm just going to look over my shoulder at him.
Can
and
I-
You just see the eyebrow.
Can I use my manoeuvre to go,
Sure.
Dust yourself off.
At this point, Roger, describe your character for the audience.
okay, he's kind of average height, so about 5'11". He's got brown hair, blue eyes, very, very well dressed.
Human.
With a cape.
Yep. It's Star Wars. You gotta have a cape.
Yeah, gotta have a cape.
Count.
He's in his 30s.
Yep.
Yeah, quite a suave-looking chap.
Okay. Cool. Right. So.
Just me to go.
Yeah.
I shall breeze past the cloud of dust, and I shall breeze past the droid.
Just sashaying down the
Is that
corridor.
you using your action for a second maneuver?
I shall, as I walk past the droid, I shall see the little console at the bottom. I think, oh well, that's for me. I think.
Yeah, it does look like some kind of environmental controls tapped into the environmental systems. Now that you're all inside the ship, you can see that the ship has taken a bit of a battering. The corridors, there's like some of the angles are slightly off. It looks like it's been bashed from all angles. Clearly, large boulders have fallen on it, and
It's all kind of
It's
stoved in.
not massively,
Oh.
just a bit, just like here, there, dotted around. The odd light is flickering, but clearly it still has power. It's just under a massive pile of rocks, and maybe other parts of it are damaged. You don't know from where you are. Simon, have you described your character yet?
No.
Can you please describe your character?
So my character basically is wearing a shirt with lots of pockets, trousers with quite a lot of pockets. It's about 6'6". The foot 6 bit is his head. So he's got quite
He's
a
a
big head.
moon.
He's a mun, which basically means he's like grey of skin, but basically human. With a very big head.
They're humanoid.
Yeah, long limbed.
Yeah.
Very long limbed.
Are they similar to the cloning guys in?
No, they're the banking guild guys. In one of the episodes goes, the banking guild is with you.
Yeah. So normally,
They're on Geonosia, aren't they?
Yeah.
He goes, the banking guild is with you.
Yeah, normally mun are like lawyers and
Bankers
lawyers
and stuff like that.
and bankers.
Yeah. They're written rich.
Yeah, they're rich.
Yeah, which is why you're on the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I
cool.
should have a little hole in my pocket, and as I walk along, my
like-
coins just fall out. Ting, ting, ting.
Okay, so
Get the bucket.
I put them in my. What was it?
everyone make
Hidden compartment.
vigilance. Well, perception rolls.
Am I allowed to use
Sorry.
perception? Yay! I'm so glad you said
Perception
perception.
rolls now. Sorry, you are now you're inside the
How do we
ship.
do that?
It's a skill.
Perception.
Oh, is a skill on
Yep.
this? I was thinking.
I will
like
say I will tell you the skill because then it will have an associated attribute
Oh!
characteristic. The higher number is the number of dice you roll. The lower number is the number of yellow dice.
I get a
those.
blue one
Oh,
for uncanny senses.
oh.
Good.
So it's like
So it's cunning, which is 2, but I've got perception
So you
1,
swap
one
one of the
rank.
greens.
So I see. So I swap one, of course.
We got the same.
just do a green and a yellow.
We got it in a different way.
Whoa.
We got the same.
blimey, everyone's rolling really well. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're all standing there and you're kind of in the ship now, and there's a bit of a fracas and battle has happened, and you're kind of like, right, let's get our bearings. And you can hear the thrum. There's clearly the engine is running on low power. You
There's
two
still
over this
power.
side of the ship, of the table of Antilles. The wedge-shaped table.
The table is literally called
It's called
Antilles.
Antilles.
Yeah.
So, Caven and Sparks, you are aware that the ship is running on sort of not backup power but low power. Clearly, part of the power conduit system somewhere in the ship has been damaged. You can sense that kind of weird thrum in the ship that means things are out of balance with its kind of systems. You also hear, Jan Wei, you hear this as well. You can hear mechanical feet clanking on metal grills over in that direction. And Roger, if you could indicate where I was pointing on the map, sort of over there, underneath the fog, the cloth of war. Yeah.
Shanwei woken from his stupor.
Yeah, that's just for just for the round.
Right,
That's
okay.
just for the round. Dreep,
Yeah.
you can see you've been standing there, kind of as you're walking down. You're looking at this environmental system heading down there, and you can see that it has got fairly decent power consumption going through it.
Right.
Something nearby
Yeah.
is using a lot of power to be maintained.
Yeah.
And it seems you're sure that there's some kind of emergency protocol flashing light. You're kind of you've seen these
Okay.
control panels from afar,
Right.
sort of flashing on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you rolled like
Two successes
advantage.
and 2
Yeah.
advantage.
yeah. So I mean you all rolled really well. So
Yeah.
you've kind of come in and fought and then gone, right, what's going on? We're here for a reason, and you've all kind of clocked into it. So what do you want to do? Who wants to go first? You can hear feet coming from the other side.
Xian's going to suggest that we move maybe a little bit quieter this time.
They know we're here. We've been firing blasters.
But they're basic protocol droids. Maybe security, but they're not sentient.
They will respond to our presence, though. They'll know we're here and will respond to us.
You hear a voice. Intruders, leave the ship now, or I shall have to use extreme force.
Where did that come from?
It came from over in the direction that Roger
What kind of
indicated
voice was
earlier
it?
on.
Was it?
It was a droid. It sounded like a security droid.
Does the use of the word "I" suggest sentience, or
Came
is
from
that just
this.
programming?
Just programming.
Okay. I'm just going to walk that way while they're all chatting.
So you're going to act first. Right, so you're going to go this way.
Yeah, because that's where the console is.
So you come into this area.
Yeah.
And there is this console, and there is a corridor leading into a side room. We'll remove that now.
I'm going to go and
And
activate
I
the
will
console
show that on the map.
and see what the little flashy light was.
And you guys actually can see a bit more of that room. There we go. Okay, so you go over to the console, and you can see that the environmental systems seem to be saying that various parts of the ship are having problems maintaining environment maintaining atmosphere, maintaining. And you guess from the fact that opposite you, there what should be a door here is actually like trashed and destroyed. You probably guess that those parts of the ship can't maintain an environment because they're under rubble,
pressurization,
absolutely trashed.
Yeah.
However, you can see that there's a corridor to your right.
Yeah.
And you can see over in that room there is something that looks suspiciously like a bio container.
Right, okay.
And if anyone can make it out on the screen, probably not. It's a little red square.
I'm just going to walk up after Dreep.
Yeah. Does the console have like a display? Does it tell me how many? Can I access it to see how many Bacta tanks are still
it tells
working?
You
and
that there are 3. What's the word? Compartments being maintained.
Okay.
It doesn't tell you how many containers,
right.
but it tells you 3 compartments are being maintained.
Okay. So
okay, that's your bit. What? Who else is doing something?
I'm gonna move up to Dreep.
Okay, so I'll move.
Oops, sorry. So 1, and I'm then gonna go. Wonder what's down here.
And use your
2.
action.
I'm
to do that.
use my action to kind of go in there quite cautiously.
Well, the
there have been angry
door
droids.
to that room is actually closed.
Oh,
So this door, I don't have doors, unfortunately. So
Where we go?
Should put something. Well, yeah, this bit here.
oh, that door's closed.
That is closed.
Okay, if
Yeah,
I was about to do.
Hey,
So that's
there you go.
closed.
Great
Okay,
minds, eh?
then I will just walk into
That's
the
right.
room if
I
the
shall,
door's
You walk into this room, and here is there's a large something that you would move on a grav sled. A large bio container. You have seen these before, but your expertise is not in this area. There is kind of like a opening, not an opening, a viewing port on the side of it, so you can look into it.
Would we have been told what Bacta looks like?
And there is a small control panel beside that viewing port. But it's sitting there. There's a very low light coming from the control panel. It looks like it's been put here specifically. It's quite well positioned. In fact, as you look down on the floor, you can see that there's some kind of hazard stripes, like just peeking out from
Marking
beneath it,
out the
like
area, yeah.
marking out the area where you might deposit this container. This looks like
Promising.
your quarry potentially.
Okay. I think I've found one. I will say.
no shit.
You think, Dreep,
Yep.
that a container that size, you know that a container of a canister of Bacta
Yeah.
is not a whole. It's not like a whole tank.
Not a tank. Yeah.
Bacta's used in many different ways.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get in a whole big tank of it. Sometimes you like submerge your arm in it, while it knits and all that kind of stuff.
Bandages.
All kinds of things. You know that canisters are a certain size, and you think that that could probably hold 4 canisters.
Okay.
And that the viewing port on the side is probably there so that you can look in. There's probably a light control, a low light control that allows you to look in and check the physical integrity of the Bacta containers. You've seen these kind of things before. You often have them with biological samples in them, plants and things that are affected by certain types of radiation or certain types of light frequency. So sometimes they're put in these containers. You've heard that this premium Bacta that's come from Thyferra, which is where the ship has been heading from, is slightly reactive to UV light,
Right.
and therefore needs to be slightly shielded, only in a very simple way, because it's not hard to shield from UV light. Glass will protect you from UV, but it's clearly been put in a slightly different container just to keep it safer. What is everybody else doing?
I've just going to move up and just make sure that nothing comes down this corridor to get at Dreep.
Okay. And hang on 1 second. Nope. Sparks, what are you up to?
Could I tell how much from the sound of the footsteps how many
It was 1.
could be? It was just one.
Yeah, it's clearly 1.
And can I tell how far away it is?
maybe long range.
Okay.
You think a few rooms over? Maybe there's some kind of... If you just met a security droid that wasn't in the security center for the ship, maybe the other security droid is in the security center for the ship.
Okay.
That's kind of the droid, Imperial droid mind, kind of.
All right. I'm gonna head the same direction, but I'm just gonna drag the carcass of that with me.
Can you guys move everything up? Yep.
Just so it won't be in the line of sight.
If anything would.
If anything looks down that corridor, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Right. Cool. Okay. So, you hear some more movements. What are you guys up to?
Do I hear them from beyond that door?
No. No. In fact, hang on. I need to make a roll. You hear from outside the ship.
Something's landed.
We know what that is. It's an RV.
Does the ship noise sound familiar to me?
Yeah. It sounds
From my
a bit
piloting
like.
experience.
It sounds a bit like an Imperial troop transport. It sounded, a bit of the way away, but you definitely heard it, and it came down the corridor. It was all quite quiet.
Sounds like we're going to have Imperial company.
Are there any door controls on this panel?
No, this seems exclusively environmental controls.
Like,
Yeah.
Speed it up. We're going to have company very soon.
well, I shall go to towards where Caven is and look at opening that door.
So you're going to come over here
Yeah.
and try and open this door?
Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest thing to do.
Sure.
Bear in mind, I've got rank 2 mechanics, so if you need a hand with that.
Okay.
You
Is
wanna hammer?
there a button to open the door?
There is a.
I assumed it was already on lockdown.
There is a panel on the side, but it seems dead.
That might be helpful.
Okay.
So, seeing there's a panel that's dead, I shall go and
Inspect the
inspect the thing.
thing. Okay. Make a
Education.
yes.
Roll?
That would be good. An education roll
Sorry.
with 2
Well, I don't really
difficulty
need to write that.
dice.
With 2. Oh, okay. 2 difficulty dice. That's fine. So one of them can take one of them now, and that leaves me with 4 successes and an advantage.
Okay. So you lean down. You tap on the little thing. The screen illuminates. The little viewing portal depolarizes, and you can see into the thing. And within it, there are 4 kind of canisters. One of which looks like it's cracked in some kind of jostling of the ship or whatever, and you can see that there's kind of leaked fluid, and it's got a strange dark colour, which it really shouldn't.
Yeah.
The other 3 seem to be intact.
Okay.
And there's a small amount of power maintaining them, like stirring the juice, light it, heating it, all the right kind of environment to keep the Bacta solid. So there's 3 solid canisters inside that.
This smile is the do I lie to everyone? I just tell you there's not 3 there, but only 2. That was what that smile was.
I think you have to open the box up at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure that won't backfire.
That's why I've just said it. That was just the smile. The thought was there.
Brilliant. Okay, so that's what you see.
Okay.
Who's next?
Oh, I'm going to have a go at this door.
Okay, right.
So, I've got mechanics to rank 2, so that's intellect, which is 3, but I then replace 2 of them with yellow, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Any difficulty?
There will be difficulty, and it'll be. It's going to be 3 difficulty because it's a fairly complicated lock. This is like, security.
We believe.
Right. So, hang on, I need to do it, otherwise I'm never going to learn.
Yeah.
Right. So
now remember, look here. You've got your cheat sheet. That's how they cancel out.
all right. So that and that cancel out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that and that cancel out.
Yeah.
So then I've got an advantage, but no success.
No successes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So you didn't
As
roll any
you-
fails or successes.
yeah, so as you plug into the system, you are unable to unlock it. However, you realise that the security protocols for this are routed through the central security room.
Right. Okay. So I need to get over there then.
And you realise that that's probably
On the other side of
bit
that
of the map
droid.
that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Tell me, what are you doing?
So,
You can hear noises coming from that way. Yeah.
So I am going to stealthily
Ooh. You're going to move this way.
move up
So
to
you're
this
gonna-
edge here and peek around the corner.
Okay,
but-
so this counts as like one
Should
area.
we turn the battle
Oh
map
yeah,
on?
let's turn the battle map on.
Oh, sorry.
Not my arm and face.
Before we move on, obviously I'm going to turn around from the panel and just.
Shrug.
Not working.
So, coming around here and into this area, you can see there's some kind of maybe control navigation room.
I'm being very stealthy.
What looks like a lit desk on here is actually dead and dull. It's not lit. And you can see behind a barricade or some kind of obstacle of machinery and crud that's kind of fallen from the ceiling and stuff. There is another security droid standing behind it. It has cover. You can see it.
Has it seen me?
I'm about to make that roll to see if it sees you.
Right, I have stealth and agility, which is what I was trying to use.
Okay, so you make a stealth and agility roll, and then I'm assuming I need to beat that with my
I'm
roll.
assuming it would be
two
what you rolled
successes
as
and
negatives.
Yes, so it gives you, good shout, it gives you 2 difficulty dice because that's its perceptive abilities.
Wow.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Four failures.
Oh man! But
Whoa.
you got an advantage.
Yeah.
So 2
You fail with
failures.
advantage.
You fail with advantage.
So it's such an interesting
Okay.
mechanic,
So it
isn't
sees him, but he's in cover.
Yes, so he sees you, but you are able to just like pull yourself back just in time behind that wall, and therefore, well, no, you're not quite out of it, but you're both in cover.
Lovely.
Excuse me. Okay, I believe it's my go now.
It is indeed.
It's going to shoot you.
Yeah, thinking it might. Try not to roll as well as you did last
I
time.
think you're just going to have to get used to this.
That's kind of what my character's here for. So
That's it.
I'm really
He is the
liking.
tank.
I tell you what, I'm really liking the dice
Yeah.
because it makes you. It's not just like a roll hit.
Yeah.
It's like you got to think.
You've got to really
Yeah.
think about
You gotta
how
think
that
about it.
combination would
And
work.
once you get used to like what trades off what,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
all quite quick.
You can
you'll be
take
like,
out that, yeah.
Okay, so for me, we're at
Medium range.
medium range, so it's 2 difficulty dice.
Yep.
I've got a setback die because you're in cover. I've got my dice. I'm not going to tell you what they are.
Undisclosed.
That gives away.
16 yellow.
Yeah.
Oh,
You did.
What? Oh, hang on. Right, so I've got it's success with 1 success.
A
But-
success with 1 success.
Yeah, it's a success, as in it's a successful roll with 1 success. I had loads of stuff. It all cancelled each other out, but I'm left with a threat. Active player suffers 1 strain. The active character loses the benefits. Yeah, so he turns around and he has to like spend extra time focusing on shooting at you. So he is. Is it droid? He can take strain, can't he? Yes. Yeah. So he takes a point of strain for trying to shoot you, but he hits you with light blaster with 1 success.
6.
That's weird. It should be additional successes plus 1 success. Otherwise, so light blaster never does 5 damage
Because you always have to have 1 success.
So it does 6 points of damage to you.
I soaked 5 of them.
Yeah, you're just like, ugh, bring it on.
Yes, yeah,
The
that's weird,
hulking
isn't it?
stealth master. Maybe they've put the damage down by 1 to account for that.
Oh, it
Don't
would
know.
have been 6, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't know. Okay, so who's next?
Me, I think I'm the only one that hasn't gone. How big is that thing that holds Bacta?
It's like a, it's
on
like
a trolley.
It's like a crate. Okay, so
it's like a pallet.
It's not something I could move.
No. You need a grab sled to move it.
Is it not on one?
It's not on one. It's been put down on the floor.
Which would imply there might be one on board.
Yeah.
There might be.
More than likely. Can I sneakily move up to where the corridor is and kind of have a sneaky look around the corner? Because we know there's something coming.
What, this one here?
Yeah.
Oh, right, so you're going to position yourself there.
I'm basically just kind of going...
Okay. Make a perception roll. With 2 difficulty. No, 1 difficulty, sorry. Yeah, I'm sensing the difficulty levels and all those kinds of things. It's interesting.
So those
Don't forget, there are light side,
a
destiny
success
points.
and an advantage.
Success and an advantage. Okay, so you can hear footsteps coming from the ravine.
Can I
And because of
use
that,
my advantage to aim down the corridor?
because of that, we will say that you get a boost die if you shoot. If your next action is to shoot at someone coming down that corridor, you get a boost die. Yeah. Cool.
They're coming.
Okay.
That's
So
what I reckoned.
Thanks, Siri.
hello. Siri joined in for a moment there. Anyway, so you can hear movement.
That's about as droid as you can
That
get.
was terrifying, was it? Oh yeah.
Dan, can you pop those in the
Whereabouts?
ravine corridor a bit further back?
Oh,
Bit further.
Are we starting our drum
And then
kit
these
collection?
2 on the other side. By the other. Yeah, perfect.
You have to get the gold one for the tambourine.
Oh, they're just off screen. Excellent. Perfect. Okay, so boots are on the ground. And
Do we know that yet?
you?
Yeah, I've told.
Caven knows that. Have you said they're coming?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Cool. So that was my go, in effect. So who's next?
Oh, okay.
Well,
No, so they've arrived.
do you want
that's
to
like me.
take out
I was
the
gonna-
droid
Oh yeah, I was going to
before
put
the
that
droid
as like
has a
my-
go? The droid's the next one that's going to go.
Ideally, yes.
No, he's had a go, so we have to. All of you have to.
did he?
complete-
Sorry, did he? I thought he had a
shot.
go.
He shot.
I thought he.
That was everyone.
No,
Oh,
because
you've all had a go.
Yeah, everyone's had a
Okay,
go.
right, okay.
So it's a new. It's a
I
new.
haven't done anything this turn.
Yeah, you did
You
mechanical.
tried to open the door. You started.
Yeah, I was the last
Okay,
of
So I
us
think
to have
this
an
is a
action.
new one.
It's a new round.
Yeah, so
New
you should go
round.
first.
So
With
do we
your
roll
big
initiative?
New round,
dude.
and as we've been instructed for those on the podcast, the crew of the Wayfarer are now inside the ship. There is a security droid nearby within the ship, and also 4 stormtroopers have arrived outside of the ship.
No, not 2, not 3,
Two-
but 4.
Yeah, well, 3 stormtroopers and a sergeant
don't worry, they never
have
hit anything.
arrived.
They hit a bird once.
Yeah. but they do it with precision.
Yeah, they've heard and they've arrived outside in the ravine that you entered from. Okay, so new round. Who's going first?
If I can volunteer myself. So this will take 2 manoeuvres to engage him, wouldn't it?
Yes, because you need to move into his zone and then engage.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend 2 strain points
Yep.
and do 2 manoeuvres.
Let me switch over.
And what he's going to do, he's going to jump on top and go whoosh, and cut him as he jumps past.
Nice.
Slip.
As he comes
Okay,
in.
cool. I'll say because you're engaging him and getting in close combat, that's fine. Because cover really only counts for ranged combat unless you're like literally behind a barricade
Defensive
and you
position,
can't
yeah.
trench, that kind of thing.
So he loses his advantage.
Well, he won't
Being
have the
undercover,
cover. However, melee attacks are always 2 difficulty.
Great.
Uh,
Give him my.
Yeah,
fine.
melee attack difficulties are always average, which is 2.
Lovely, excellent.
I think that's good though, because that means if you're not, if you're just 2 people having a go, there's a good chance you would do nothing.
Yeah,
My sword
You
has
actually
loads
need to be quite skilled.
remember,
to
you
do
can use a light side point if you want to upgrade your final green
upgrade.
to a yellow if you want.
Upgrade,
You can, but then that would give
Upgrade,
Pete more
upgrade.
dark side
Upgrade?
points.
I'm already got a dark. I don't have a destiny point.
No,
No.
that's a pool that's
It's a pool.
available for everyone.
Oh no! I'll use it the old-fashioned way.
I think with the 2 yellow, he should be fine.
I'm just trying to tempt him with the dark
Okay,
side.
so so the 2 advantages take out the 2 threats on that one,
Yeah.
which means I'm left with 2 successes and an advantage.
Okay, your advantage. Do you want to recover a strain?
Yes, I will use it to cover.
So
Or you could do a critical hit.
Oh yeah, actually, because I'll do a critical.
You do a critical hit and you want to roll on the critical table.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so as you pirouette and bounce off the cover and spin with your blade, you strike confidently upon it, delivering a critical blow. But you do how much damage?
So I'm not entirely sure how melee works.
You need D100 for that again.
We rolled it.
Do you know what the weapon does?
The weapon gives me +2 damage.
I think it's.
I'm guessing it'll be your
brawn.
sprawl.
So it's brawn, +2,
Yeah.
+2, and I also have pierce 2, which means it goes through 2 levels of soak.
Ooh! Look at that! Your blade just
Shake that man's hand.
Yes. So that is a total of 7 damage
with two
pierce.
with 2 pierce.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you do 6 points of damage to it, like that, and it's like sparks out of it, and you kind of spin, and as you go, you inflict a critical injury.
This is good fun. 44.
44. The tire. So as you do this, you go shung, and your feet spin round and kick on its chest, and you push off it, and you land. Boom, 3-point landing, superhero landing.
That's so cool.
With your sword behind you, like that, and it goes. Falls over backwards and hits the deck, and it is prone and suffers 1 strain.
That's awesome.
Cool, well done. Right, my go. The stormtroopers have little colouring or a shoulder pad, so can you move red stormtrooper into the corridor? 1, and move his action to manoeuvre up.
To there?
Yep. He's going to make a perception roll. But bearing in mind he's a stormtrooper, you're not like explicitly hiding.
Yeah, I was doing that.
Okay,
I was literally peeking around the corner.
Can you make a stealth roll then? And my perception, which is 2, is the difficulty. So if you can add 2 stealth dice.
Literally flat nothing.
Right,
No
okay.
fails, no successes.
Well, he hasn't got an action,
No advantage.
but he moves up and he like goes, ooh, sees you in the like you pop round just to, you're like,
He's done that little bit
oh no, shit, and he's like, ooh, bumps his head on a low stanchion. Okay, who's next?
I would quite like to go now.
Yeah, no shit.
So I've got my.
You've got your boost die
my
because
boost, I'm
he's
gonna
in the
aim.
corridor. Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot him.
Oh.
Use a dice.
Do you want to use a light side point to opt up one of those to a yellow?
No.
You sure?
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is
It's range,
short?
isn't it?
Yeah, short. So it'd be
So 1.
1.
Just 1, because you're only 1 away.
Believe.
No.
He's beginning to believe.
Yeah.
So that cancels that. So that will be 3 successes and 4 advantages.
Whoa! Whoa! Okay. So you fire down the corridor. What do you want to do with your advantages?
So one of them I will do a critical hit,
Okay.
and the other one I would like to disarm him.
Oh, okay. Do we get to make a roll?
Oh, actually,
I don't want
does he have a
to
decent defense bonus? Because I can use that to.
Remember,
I can use that to ignore it.
but that's in this round.
Until the end of this round.
Yeah. So unless someone else
Someone
is
else
going
does anything.
unless someone else
I'm
is going to
hoping
shoot,
someone's going to help me.
If you
fire at
disarm him,
stormtroopers.
then he's going to have to like pull his gun out, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll have to spend an action picking his gun back up, won't he?
yeah,
Or you could gain
or he just use strength.
defense until the end of your turn.
Yeah, you can get +1 defense or range bonus.
Force a target to drop a weapon is quite.
Yeah, I'll force him to drop a weapon.
Okay,
and
right.
do a crit
So he sort of goes, "Ugh," and you pop round and go, and you hit him.
for 8.
8 points of damage. and I mean, he's got stormtrooper armor on, so it's kind of mildly effective. And he kind of.
It's got to be pretty good then.
Stormtrooper armor, I think, is actually quite good.
If you're brawn 2, say it's 3 defense for your armor.
He's got laminate armor on, so he's got 2. Is it 2 additional points of sight?
Yeah, do you want to tell you what his soak value is?
Yeah, go on.
It's 5.
It's 5.
Ouch.
And you did
8.
8, so he takes 3.
Yeah.
3 damage. But you lean around
So it's probably like
and he
3,
stumbles.
Well, apart from,
and when he bangs his head on the low stanchion, he drops his gun and it like rattles away just out of reach.
11.
Critical hit. 11. Sudden jolt.
Okay.
Oh no, roll again because it says the target drops whatever it is.
38.
38. Stunned. The target is staggering until the end of his next turn.
Okay, so it doesn't get another gun.
No, so he's
we can
bashed
just
his
pile
head,
on.
dropped his gun. He's a typical stormtrooper.
Yeah,
you
man.
can't see where he's going. He's like stumbling around in the corridor. Right, so that was Roger. It's me next. The what are we gonna do? Let's see. I think well, Dan can't go yet. So the stormtrooper. Yes, Roger. You can't see it on the screen yet. He's going to move up.
Should we move?
No, it's
the map
alright. It's
here?
because everyone's going to come up this end anyway.
Okay. So 1.
Wow.
You are now aware of this other.
So he's here. So did we want to?
So let's have. No, let's keep it there like that.
So this is a stormtrooper that's moved.
Yes. And he's gonna spend his action to move into the security centre.
Oh, now we know where that is.
Yes.
So the stormtrooper on the other flank has advanced to near where Zhan Wei is.
Yes,
dear.
indeed. Okay, right. Who's next?
I'm gonna. Oh, hang on. Am I too far away to? Yeah, I'm much too far away, aren't I?
You
Maybe you can move, use strain, do an action.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
could move to here,
And then I'm at medium range.
and then you can move to there.
But then I can't aim if I do that. If I
No,
move.
but you could just shoot.
You could move to where I am and then shoot that stormtrooper.
You could do. You could move
Yeah,
to
but
here.
he's stunned, so I'm not
Shoot
so
the
worried about him.
stormtrooper.
I'm worried about this
But
one.
there will be-
Not that
you know that.
way. Oh, I don't know. It's
You don't really know.
All
what's
you know
going
is
on,
I'm
but
just
you know
firing down the
What
corridor.
you know is the security centre is over that side. That's been the thing that you found
Okay,
out.
so I'm just going to head towards the security centre. I'm going to use strain. So is it two?
there.
You take 2 strain.
2
Okay,
strain.
so 2 strain will get you into this region here.
And
And then on clocking this guy,
Yep.
can I use
No,
my
you can't-
action to?
You can't see the stormtrooper. You
Oh, I
can see
can't
the
see him.
droid.
Can you see the droid because it's on the floor?
He's on the back on its back.
Oh,
now,
yeah,
isn't
it
he?
is.
You can see that
Did
Jam
it
Way
fall on
is
its back?
got his sword out and he's fighting something on the. There's something on the floor. Need to zoom in.
Something. Do I know what it is?
Hang on, I'm going to see if I can zoom in a bit.
Isn't technology marvellous? Look at that.
decadent.
Who knew? Don't get used to all this zoom in stuff.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Look at that. So apart from Dreep, who's off the screen on the right, as you can see it, looking at some Bacta tanks. We have, if we can point it out, we have Roger
Caven.
Caven looking down the corridor at
Facing off
the
against a freaking stormtrooper.
We have Sparks here looking across at Janway
And the security droid.
standing over the security droid, and then just standing in the room opposite him behind a control panel with a gun pointing at his face is a stormtrooper. That's quite a cool view there.
Do I know what the thing is on the floor? You said I see something.
You suspect. You can see the feet of it,
Well, we
and
knew
it
there
looks
was
like
a
the same
security
thing.
droid.
Looks like the same thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Well then,
Yeah, you've already. I think
You
I've
can
still
use.
got an action.
You got your action, so you can
You've got
technically use your
you can
action.
shoot. You've got your blaster in your hand.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay, take a shot. Let's go.
Would it be more difficult because he can barely see the droid?
He would have cover, so you will have a setback die, which is the black.
Why do you say these things?
Don't worry.
I think you should use one of the one of the
force points. Oh, hang on, I haven't set these force points up properly.
You've changed them again.
Yeah, so it should be 2 of each.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe you should use a force point.
Is that right on both sides? Yeah.
Which means I take a bonus dice.
So you're gonna.
No, if he uses one, it
He gives you an extra black dice.
So you get how many purple ones? 1 or 2?
Oh, one.
Didn't you say I take a...
And you get a setback die because it's got cover. You've got
Yeah,
that in
which
your
is
hand.
that.
Oh, I see, right.
Now you can use a light side point to upgrade one of your green dice to another yellow dice if you want.
Do you think I should?
No,
I think you should.
It's not
we're trying to get Pete to.
I'm going to use a dark side point.
So that ups the black one to purple or the
To
purple
upgrade
to
the
red?
purple one to a red one.
Oh, no!
You can do
But that means that,
That flips
on
to...
both pools, let me just go.
So we get a light side one now.
Yeah. So yeah,
There you go. You've got another light.
So I can flip it back to...
You could, but
I would save them for when we need them. 'Cause
yeah,
I
this
feel
isn't
like this.
dire.
I was going to say that this is a droid
It's a
on
constant. Remember, it's a
Yeah.
constant cycle, though.
Yeah.
The light and the dark exist together always. in the
Balance.
Force. Balance.
Something.
It was the chosen one.
yeah, to be honest, the droid's a bit mangled. I mean, it's on the floor with a dude with a sword standing over it.
He would get a boost one because it's prone though. Because if
Oh yes, you
if
get
something, something's prone.
It's got one of every type.
Oh, can I have a
No.
purple one? I don't want a purple one.
no, you don't want a purple.
That's
Did
a
you not-
difficulty.
Oh no, I upgraded
did it to a red.
upgraded
Oh, you upgraded
Yeah, I
it.
upgraded it to a red one.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
you're good.
I'm just
And he's in the-
rolling
and he's-
all of the dice.
and
Let's
he's
put
in the-
D100 in, why
And
not?
it's in the same location. So it's
Right.
short, isn't it?
Okay, let me do it,
One away, so it's.
Oh shit, man, how do I do it? Right, so
Oh no, sorry.
do they cancel each other?
It's medium, isn't it?
It's medium.
It's
'cause
medium.
Oh,
so
you
you
would
can
have
sell that
you need to roll a purple as well.
Yeah,
Another-
sorry.
Oh, do
I
I?
keep forgetting.
Yeah,
so add a
does it
purple.
If you're not in the
mean-
same one, it's medium.
Yeah.
If you're in the same one, it's short.
Yeah.
But you can engage.
You can engage.
Alright,
So then I've got four.
But engage
So-
is a different.
So I've got 4 advantage
but you miss.
and a failure.
Okay, so you're firing at the droid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
So you can spend your advantage on.
On not hitting
so-
Janway.
No.
No,
For example,
you didn't
give Jan
You
Wei.
could give me a boost dice.
If
boost
you'd have
die.
rolled like that, then you might have.
Oh, I see.
So in this example, you could like blast the cover and parts of it sort of shatter around and sort of weigh down the droid, so it's more.
So I don't
more-
hit it, but
No.
my advantage is its disadvantage.
Its disadvantage,
Right.
and Janway in particular will get a boost
Yeah,
die
until
against
next-
it.
Do you want to bleed dice?
Until
Okay.
next turn.
Well, yeah, you could do both
next.
because
Yeah.
Because I've got
next
4.
turn.
two
yeah.
of them would add a black die to
Yeah,
to
and you
that,
can add a black die
and then
to
two
it.
of them would give him a
Yep.
blue die.
Yeah.
So I would then have a penalty to my next check.
With the
Right,
droid,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, with the droid. Yeah. Okay, cool. So now it's me,
No. Yeah.
and the droid hasn't gone yet, has it?
No.
So it is going to
Since he was not on his backside.
try and stand up as it's manoeuvring. Let me get back to that. Standing from prone, yep. So it has to use its whole manoeuvre to stand up from prone, and then it goes, looks to and from, and then shoots you.
Can it shoot you while engaged?
No, it goes to hit you.
Yeah.
Just to say, can't. Yeah. Just to try and.
So it's that, and it's got 2
Should have had a
difficulty
Yeah.
because it's close combat, and then the setback die
Yeah.
because of that. Anyone want to use a light side point to upgrade one of my downgrade? one of my-
Should we give him a red dice?
No.
No, it's only just a droid punching him.
I'm just trying to think.
Oh,
of
I got 10 successes.
Punch his face off.
your health when the stormtroopers
God.
get
I rolled 4 advantages and 3 threat, so those all erase each other. So I ended up with 1 success and 1 advantage. So I hit you for 4 points of damage. Okay, but because of that, I like boom. And do a critical injury on you.
This seems crazy. You could do a critical injury.
It gets you right in the sweet
It seems
spot.
very, very easy to do a crit.
Yeah, it does
The
seem very
crits on.
Yeah, how many crits have we had already?
like every
3?
combat.
Yeah, but I think the crits. I think the
I think
crits
they're a lot
are.
milder than
Yeah.
they would
What you
I think-
can do is you can up your crit.
Yeah, but I also think the crits are things like, oh, I knock you back, or I You know,
so it's not like if you've got a crit on a D100 where...
No,
Yeah,
not
it's
doing
not
it
like
like
a
that.
Dark
What's the
Heresy where they could kill us.
What's the crit rating on the weapons then?
I think,
I think that's
I think you do that automatically
If you get that,
many hits.
successes.
Yeah.
because I've got a holdout blaster, which is like the bottom of the bottom weapons, and mine's 4, and you've got a blaster, which is which is 3. Which would make sense that yours is easier to do that.
Yeah, so
than
if
mine.
you
heavy
get
blow,
with,
yeah.
if you get with 3 successes, you do a crit as well as.
Oh, right, so you don't have
Whereas the rest of us.
Right,
need
okay, that
4
makes sense.
because
And
we've got
my
lighter
vibroblade
weapons.
has a crit value too, so
Yeah.
whenever I get 2 successes, I automatically do.
it.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so that means you don't have to spend your advantages then doing crits
Yeah.
on.
Well,
Right,
you
maybe
can
you-
spend an advantage to
Yeah.
do another one, maybe, but
What's it say?
So each weapon has a critical rating that consists of a numerical value.
Yeah.
The user can spend that many advantage to inflict one critical
Ah,
injury.
so you have to
Yeah.
you have to spend the advantage.
Cost may
So
vary.
you spend 2 to do it, and I spend
Okay,
3.
so that makes
I
more
can't
sense
do a
to me.
critical.
That makes more
That
sense.
does make more sense.
Yeah.
So I can't do a critical.
People
You
will have
can
been
recover one of
screaming,
the screen.
screaming at the screen.
Well, no, sorry about that.
Right?
Sorry
But
about
if they don't watch all of it, they'll never know we worked it out.
that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we worked it out. The critical rating is how many advantage you have to spend to generate a critical.
So we shouldn't have done those, potentially shouldn't have done those earlier ones.
But hey,
Yeah.
they were fun.
To be honest, it's gone every way, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has gone.
so
Yeah,
if people
gone.
have turned off, then they won't even realise. So let that be a lesson to you.
We
about-
said that this
This was the first session we were
first
gonna.
session, so it's fine. Okay, hang on. That is, yep.
So that's him.
Okay,
So next up is Dreep.
Have we got like little communicators?
yes.
If you bought one,
Yeah, I bought one.
I bought one.
Yeah. I shall. Whilst I'm tinkering with my Bacta tank, I'll just go over the little communicator. You guys all sound fine there, so I'm just going to check out the Bacta. I'm going to sample the Bacta.
Okay, you're going to try
Well, I've got
extract
to test some
gear.
the
Okay,
quality.
you've got to test the quality.
I've got to put on my little scanner thing.
Okay, sure. Let's have a education or medicine if you've got it.
I've got education.
Okay, let's do an education one.
What's the difficulty?
It's 2 difficulty.
2 purple.
2 purple dice.
I don't care.
Oh, maybe you do.
That's 2.
Yeah.
So 2 of those take out 2 of those, and that one takes out 1 of those. So I'm left with 3 of those.
3
Okay. So you don't get to a critical analysis. However, you've prepped everything. You've checked that actually the 3 remaining canisters are secure, and you know that you'll be able to move them safely.
Can I move them in? Can I take them out of?
You can take a canister out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could,
slightly less protected in that way.
yeah, but we could move the
And
canisters.
you can carry 2
individually.
yourself, 1 under each arm.
Yeah.
That's their kind of.
I'm gonna run away.
Through the storm.
I didn't say I was bright. Oh no, I am.
Cool. So that's your go.
That's my go. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Who's next? It's me.
It's you.
So I'm gonna have the Stormtrooper Sergeant. Let's get onto the battle mat.
I'm
Move
assuming.
up into that room with
So,
manoeuvre
1,
and an
2.
action. Yep. And then the other Stormtrooper move up to support his
So
companion.
what? I can't.
So
Dan, if you can
1
move them up.
and then 2 to move up
Yeah,
there.
just like move them like one side of them. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Balls.
He's going to take 2 strain to do that, and then he's going to actually have an action to shoot you. But you're in cover, so I get a setback die. And he's a Stormtrooper, so I wouldn't worry too much.
and it's a medium range as well.
And
Yeah.
it's at medium range, so we get 2 of those. Where's my little card gone?
I don't know how good stormtroopers are at combat.
You're gonna find out.
I don't either because I've lost their card. Okay, I know roughly how good they are.
It's underneath your book.
Is it?
Of course, it's under your book. Where else is it gonna be?
It's not under my book.
There's a load of them under that sheet.
No, I took it out and I had it over here. I think it's in the book somewhere. I've left it in the book. Anyway, I know what they can do.
Okay.
Move it out of the way. Okay, so I get 1 success and 1 advantage. So he is going to support his companion, who is then going to get a boost die on his next action, because he kind of moves up. You know, he's like staggering around, and he kind of steadies him.
He's stunned for a turn, isn't he?
Yeah, he can't do anything for his turn, but he kind of steadies him, and he's like, keep going, and he hits you for 7 points of damage.
Ow!
With no clothes on, that's like 5. You're like half dead.
Yeah, not far off.
It kind of clips you in the shoulder.
That hurt a lot.
Yeah, and
I will scream in pain.
7 points of damage.
Yeah, but you
But I've got
soaked.
soak of 3.
yeah.
It's more than me.
So
I've
what
got
did you
soak
put?
of
8?
2.
Oh, did you already have some?
No, so 7 minus. Oh, sorry, was it 8?
7 points of damage.
points of
Yeah,
damage.
so yeah,
So you
minus
take-
3 is 4.
So you take 4.
So I've got 12, that's why I'm on 8.
No,
Oh, you count up.
You count up.
Oh,
Yeah, it's. I don't know why they specify that, but you count up.
that's weird, okay.
It's like same as in Dark Heresy, wounds.
Alright, yeah, I will yelp in pain.
Okay, you yelp in pain. Caven screams charismatically.
Over the com.
He takes
I'm
the
literally
time.
next to you.
He takes the time to do it down the com. Okay, right. So then it's me, but I think everyone's
was
gone.
you.
That was me, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry. But everyone's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody on the board
round.
has gone now.
So we're
Yeah.
back to a new round.
Yeah.
So the stormtroopers have manoeuvred up into the spaceship, into the starship for our listeners. And there is still a security droid, and it looks like Janway is about to take on 3 enemies at the same time. But Sparks is moving up to support him.
Well, I've just heard Caven's
Sure.
scream of pain,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm just reconsidering.
Okay.
Because my first loyalty is to him. So
Sure. Okay.
Don't trust another with my life anyway, so that's alright.
Okay, so you guys are first. So who wants to go first?
well, I'm gonna turn on my heel and head back to.
So you're going first.
Yeah.
Okay, so you move to here.
Whoa. You go first.
I've just heard him shout in pain, so I'm going for it.
Okay, cool. I like the characterization. You move
And
to
you can
there.
lean round the corner, I guess.
You
Yeah.
can shoot round the corner.
Yeah,
if you want.
exactly. I'm just gonna.
There is one stormtrooper that is clearly like, he's got
I'm
a
gonna-
blast.
I'm
man.
gonna
Not
take-
holding a gun.
I'm gonna take 2 more strain and aim.
Okay. Why don't you just use a light side point?
No.
Get an upgrade. And the difficulty, you're going to get a boost die because he's stunned and stuff.
Oh, which one are you shooting? The stunned one or the other one?
Stunned one is hurt.
I'm gonna go for the other one then.
You're going to go for the other one.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he-
so
Okay.
you
Because
don't
the
get-
stunned one won't
Okay.
act this turn.
Yeah, he won't
so
have this turn.
Let's use straps.
2 difficulty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll try and do this.
Ooh, you managed to
never
roll
mind.
no bad stuff.
Oh, that was a success. I knocked it.
Oh, sorry, one success and 2
2 advantage.
advantage.
Okay, so you hit the stormtrooper doing
6.
What do you add to it?
so it's 5 plus that
Oh
one.
right, yeah, so 6.
okay 6 damage to him. Okay.
And you can give a
You
player
could
an
either
initiative
give me
chain.
that, or you could give him.
Was it 1
a
or
black.
2? I would give him the black.
I would give him a black so
because
he doesn't.
because
Yeah,
that
'cause
black,
we're both
the
in
black has
cover.
got the successes on. So if he doesn't get any successes, just get advantages. You don't take damage.
Right, yeah.
So that actually is really,
Yeah, so
Cool.
Well, setback dies.
yeah, really
So
good.
that stormtrooper
Good to
gains
give to
another
people.
black die.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've both got a black die now, those
Yeah.
stormtroopers. Because one's stunned and one's...
Well, the stunned one can't act till this
He
turn.
can't... No, that's true. That's true. Okay. So it's my go.
Mhm.
That stormtrooper is going to shoot back at you.
Okay.
So he's got 2 black die plus the normal difficulty of 2.
Oh yes, because you're in cover. Difficulty 2, those dice. Here we go. Oh! Oh, no, that's really bad.
That's what we want to hear.
Bad for him or bad for
Okay.
us?
Good point.
He, as his companion is staggering around, and he's like, "Go, let's go," he's like, and he staggers into him, bumps into him, and he collapses prone on the floor.
Nice.
He got like 5 threats. He just like, he falls prone,
They're both just laying on the floor right now. No,
Yeah.
one's prone, one isn't.
No. And he takes 1 strain. Yep. Cool. Okay. So he missed you, stormtrooper precision, wildly missed you, and you fell over prone. Right. Who's next?
Pretty sure it's.
You're pretty sure it's me. Right, okay, so I've got a droid here.
Yes.
I assume these security droids are Imperial, so they're not going to just turn around and start shooting at the...
Yes.
Right
He
side.
did have a look around and went, it's a stormtrooper, right.
Okay, so I'm heavily outnumbered.
Attack!
I would offer you advice, but I'm not there.
You can offer advice.
Whomp the droid and piss off.
You got a boost die on it.
I've got a boost die, I can give myself another one by aiming as well, can't I?
Can you use
that's
the?
your-
That would sacrifice your move.
Can
Yeah,
you
but I'm
use
already-
those
I'm already
to
engaged
get
them.
extra actions?
Let me have a look.
I'm just trying to remember what the
Yeah.
resilience ones.
Yeah, Destiny.
Destiny ones.
Destiny.
I'm not sure
using Destiny points.
Because
Can
if
you-
you can,
can
I'm going to whomp him,
Yeah.
manoeuvre, and then whomp another one.
Yeah, that's it. I'm pretty sure they're meant to be really
Helping hand. You can upgrade an ability die to a proficiency die.
okay.
Raising the stakes. You can spend to upgrade difficulty in my check. You can activate an ability, or you can go, I've found this thing. That's
So, no, you
No.
can't. No, okay. Whomp him and cheese it. That'd be what I'd do.
use the force, Jan.
They should be
You
our
hear?
Okay.
our buddy cop nicknames. Whomp it and cheese it. Which is which though?
So, I am going to take aim.
Yep.
Oh, he's standing.
Like that. I'm going to whomp.
Like, draw your blade up
Yeah.
and like.
Yeah. And then I'm going to strain and manoeuvre again.
Okay.
Oh no.
So he's going to go
The
with
thing is,
whomp
the
him and cheese
droid, the
it.
droid you're in combat with isn't doing you any damage at all, is he? Because he can't actually.
Yeah.
He's just stood up again. We don't know.
But it's like you're being outnumbered. You're gonna
Yeah,
have
but
extra people attacking.
they're going to start blasting me. They're not going to care about the fact that I'm in combat with a droid.
No.
So, and I'm,
Oh, I suppose you have just got your sword.
yeah, my blaster is on my hip.
Yeah.
And, I'm not, and also, I imagine there's probably going to be quite a difficulty penalty for shooting out of combat.
Yeah.
If you can even do that.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you
Probably
can.
not.
So, I've taken aim, so I'm going to get an extra boost dice.
Yep.
I am.
It's 2 difficulty.
It's too difficult because it's combat.
Yep.
And that.
Light side point.
No.
Upgrade.
No. So I feel like.
So evil.
It's not that. I feel like we're going to need to use some Destiny dice in a minute to start making those more difficult
Deal with the
weapons.
stormtroopers.
Oh, hello.
That's pretty good. You only got one bad dice.
Yeah, no, that
So you
cancelled
hit
out.
him.
So you got 2 successes.
Two
And that's
successes,
it.
That's it.
So that's,
quite a lot.
is that 7 damage with 2 pierce?
So 2
Plus brawn.
plus that. Yeah. So
Okay,
7
so
damage.
as the droid kind of gets up to its feet, and it looks like it's trying to hit you again, you just spin round and shoom,
Yeah.
take its head off, and it collapses to the floor.
My sword also has 2 other things which I didn't get a chance to check. It has Vicious 1 and Defense 1, so I have no idea what that means.
Oh, defense might make it harder for you to be.
Vicious.
Must defend
Where
in
You're going
combat.
to use it to deflect.
When scoring a critical injury or hit, add 10 times rating to the result. And what was the other one?
And Defense 1.
Defense 1. Passive. Increase melee defense by rating.
Okay, yeah. So basically,
you-
they get an extra purple.
Defense one.
Oh, nice.
So I should be rolling 3 difficulty against you because you got your sword.
Oh, right. So I'm up to fan.
See, if there was only one of them there, then you could have engaged him.
No, you can't. He's got to move in and then engage for another one.
Ah, yeah.
So your extra manoeuvre that you took strain for.
Well, you're in
is
that.
to-
You're in that corridor. you
Yeah.
know, so yeah.
I'm hiding, ready to come around the corner.
Okay. Cool. Right. So
There we go.
next,
Done, mate.
Nice.
next it's me. Okay. So we're gonna have. Oh, so who? So
That one's
he
been,
can't
that
go.
one can't go.
He's now.
He's been-
And so it's these one of these two.
this one's gone. So it's one of these two. So this one is going to step in
So one.
to this area and shoot you, but you're in. We're going to say you're in cover
That was
because you had. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2 difficulty, setback die, and then and then his thing.
And then we're going to use the destiny dice to increase the difficulty.
Oh!
We're
going to upgrade one
You least expected it.
Red dice.
A purple to a red.
And what's
Red
it
dice,
called?
red
What's a
dice.
red die called?
A challenge dice.
A challenge die.
Yeah.
Right, so you're going to use one of those points.
Yeah.
Dum. Let's turn the other one off.
Oh, you've got to do it on both layouts.
I'll do it on both layouts. That's alright. That's alright.
Yeah, but it looks really cool.
I like it's good to have it on the screen so that our viewers know what's going on with the Destiny pool.
I really like that.
Okay.
I think it's really cool.
So you've upgraded one of my difficulty to you. Damn you! You rebel scum. Well, you're not rebels, but you know what I mean. You scum. Oh!
Oh, please tell me that was a bot.
It was a despair. I rolled a despair on
Wonderful.
challenge die. I hit you.
Do you?
So I got 2 successes.
Never cancelled
A
out.
threat
And it adds
and a despair.
yeah, the threat. It adds,
adds
the
a
despair
failure.
adds another threat as well.
I love the way
Yeah,
on
so
the
I've got
sheet
2 threats.
it says the description starts with terrible! Exclamation mark.
Yeah. Okay, so and okay. So his weapon. So he fires.
Oh, nice.
And you get a boost die against him immediately for your next.
Oh,
And he is like shocked by his. Suddenly he's standing there.
Not that we can see that.
No, but
I can see that.
He's
No, you
suddenly.
can't. He's got a helmet on.
But the way he's like looking down at his gun, like he's like,
What
Yeah, they are surprisingly emotive, aren't they? Still.
oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool.
You know, full
So,
face helms.
has everyone gone?
Apart from your sergeant over there.
Okay, so
And
the
me.
sergeant.
Oh, and Dreep. And me.
Oh, Dreep.
I haven't gone either.
You haven't gone?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the only one who's.
Yeah,
Us two,
only
us
two.
two.
Yes. Good
Yeah,
point.
'cause,
sorry. Okay. Who's
It's
going to go
complicated
next?
because it goes back and
See,
forth.
I'm in combat,
absolutely.
I would quite like to go.
Yeah. I don't need to go next.
Alright, so I'm going to shoot the guy that's kind of staggering around going, ugh.
Okay.
So I get a boost die.
Yes.
I'm going to aim for
Yep.
another boost die. And then, yeah, shoot him.
And 2 difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
I get
not a good face.
no. So 4 success,
Okay.
which is a crit,
Okay.
but 2 disadvantage.
Oh.
No, the
okay.
crit, you have to spend that many advantages to get the crit.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. So it's not a crit. It's just quite a hefty hit
Okay.
but with disadvantage.
So, as you fire at it, at the stormtrooper, you're going to suffer a setback on your next action. Your gun is temporarily jammed, and you're
Well,
going to have to like.
it's getting hot.
It's
or
getting hot, and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to clear this. Or
something.
pause for
Hold
a
on.
second.
So is it a setback or a jam?
No, it's like a minor
It's getting-
inconvenience.
it's
to
getting
you.
hot.
It's getting hot, so you're going to get a setback. However, you do how much damage?
Oh, 10.
10 damage. Okay. Red Stormtrooper is down. So the Stormtrooper falls, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the battle map there. Yeah, cool.
Can I ask what guarded stance is?
God, you can. But I'm not going to tell you. No. I found my Stormtrooper card. It's in the combat section. Guarded stance.
Yeah. Or if you're scout,
sorry, you
guarded,
take
9.
guarded stance.
So you take a defensive position and people are trying to attack you.
In melee, I'm
get
guessing.
a setback.
Is
die.
it melee or shooting?
To any combat checks?
So
Oh
basically,
no, sorry. You get a setback die to any combat checks you make.
Yeah.
But you get one defense, one melee defense.
It's,
until
so
the
it's
end of the
only
next turn.
it's only melee.
Yeah, so it's melee.
Sorry,
So you
it
can
was
be like
9 damage I did.
Yeah, I
It
did.
was more than enough.
Okay.
It was more than enough. He was severely wounded.
Okay. It's
Sweet.
your go.
Is it my go?
Yeah, because Roger.
Right. So the
Caven
Stormtrooper
just-
Sergeant is
Caven
going to
just
move up into the
blasted you.
security centre and tap on a screen. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Is he?
Oh no, sorry, it's slightly more difficult than that. Oh, Yeah, he's not had the standard stormtrooper computer training that they, or maybe he has. He mashes a few buttons and it's like he's not that anyone can see him, but you know, if this were the film, he'd be there going trying to press the same button about 5 times.
Hey, no, we're all okay down here.
How are you? How are you?
Okay, who's next? Is that everyone?
That's everybody's been.
Dream.
Just me.
Oh, Dream.
Okay, so I shall walk kind of that
Into
way.
that zone. Yeah.
And then I will. Do you have to use an? You don't have to. You don't use an action to get your gun out, do you?
Do have to ready a weapon,
Okay. So you,
I believe. Manage gear. Draw, holster,
So that-
ready or load a weapon.
so that's
That'll be
a
2
maneuver-
strain.
Be 2 strain. Okay. I'll 2 strain
Yep.
and go. I can't believe I have to get involved in this meddling.
Okay. Right. So it's 2 difficulty,
Yeah.
and it's
I'll try not to shoot you in the back of the head.
it's agility.
Yeah. Okay. So I got 3 advantage.
Yeah.
And
2
I
threat.
got 2 threat.
Okay.
That's how I did.
So you got 1 advantage. So you
Did the threat no.
cancel advantage.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Threat
Yeah.
cancel advantage.
I was thinking I'd got the.
No,
other
you
one.
thought you got the bad one.
bad one.
No, that's only on
Oh,
the red
sorry.
die.
I thought it was failures, not.
I have
threats.
1 advantage, so I would think I will.
Give him another black die.
No, that's 2.
Yeah.
I will recover strain.
Okay. You recover 1 of the strain that you
I
took.
used 2 and I've
Yeah.
recovered 1.
Okay, cool. So, we're back round to the beginning. One of the stormtroopers has fallen. The other stormtroopers are hunting you now inside the ship. And Dreep has had to feel necessary to get involved in the fight. This is interesting. Right, so you guys get to go first. Who would like to go first?
Yes, please. Right. I'm going to manoeuvre.
And then you have to spend strain to engage him, don't you?
Because you have to move
No,
twice.
because we were already in close.
Oh, you're in separate zones.
No, you
Oh,
weren't
just-
in... No.
Okay, then I'll have to use 2 strain. I was actually going to use 2 strain to
Aim.
but never mind. I already have 1 thingy dice anyway. It's
Okay.
a bit messy up in here. So, and then I'm just going to whomp him.
I think we need like little strain and wound pads.
Yeah.
Do you want
Carrot
to put it back
sheets
on the...
Your carrot sheets are going to get like
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
worn out.
Yeah.
And I need a pointing stick. With
Or a
light.
laser
just-
pointer.
Yeah, laser pointer.
It won't
I'd
show
just
up
be like,
that well.
Okay, so
hello.
I've got 5 successes,
Whoa.
1 failure, so that cancels that
Four
out.
successes.
And then I got a threat,
Threat.
which I didn't cancel out.
Ooh. Okay, so you run into the room. You had to manoeuvre again to get in there, take 2 strain. Actually takes you a couple. You have to overstep slightly. You take another point of strain.
Right, okay, so that's
But you bring your sword down, and you do like
An
a
absolute
shit
ton of damage.
So yeah, I do 4, 6, 9 damage at 2 pierce.
Bloody hell! This guy's not damaged yet, is he?
No, he is not.
Okay.
He might be a little bit damaged now, though.
Yeah.
Guys, their wound threshold isn't as high because they're like stormtrooper
Yeah.
bots. So, with your pierce, you just step in and you have to overstep slightly, but your blade goes like through his crappy laminate armor and out the other side. And when you pull it out, he drops to the floor.
He's done.
And then
Yes.
as he draws it out, he just flicks off all the blood. Really epically.
Without looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
wicked.
Yeah. And it hits the stormtrooper sergeant.
Yeah.
The next guy's tapping away.
Yeah.
He's just about to hit the button, and then his screen goes.
Somewhere Alvin gets blood on his face.
No.
Okay, right. So next it's me. So that the stormtrooper down that corridor is going to run away because there's 3 people now shooting at him. He's in an open corridor, and he can hear fighting going on over there and people screaming. So he's going to, if you can manoeuvre him off, he's going to go out into that zone and then out into the ravine corridor. Yep, that's 2 zones. Off the screen. It seems to be tactical retreat. Can you move that other stormtrooper off the board? Cool. Because he fell last turn. Okay, cool. So who's going next?
I'm going to head towards the security office.
Which way are you going?
So 1 zone, 2 zones?
Yeah.
Is that
One
right?
zone and then 2 zones. Yep. Okay, you step into there. You can see that Janeway is standing over the body of a dead stormtrooper and peering over the kind of half-destroyed kind of pile of rubble that was a barricade. You can see a stormtrooper sergeant in that room doing something with a control panel.
Okay.
He sees you. And he's actually going to make a decision. He's actually going to fire at you because you just killed a stormtrooper and you had to overstep slightly, so you are in the open.
Yeah.
There's 2 difficulty dice, and he's slightly better than the other guys.
Do you want to put the battle map back
Oh
on?
yeah, let's put the battle map back on. You point out where we're going.
So this guy here
Yep.
is firing at Janeway.
Yeah. I think it could be better resolution, but we'll figure that out next time. Here we go. Ooh, that's an interesting roll. So they've gone. Got 3 successes. And with his blaster pistol, that is 9 points of damage. So he goes.
It's 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
You've still taken quite a lot, haven't you?
Nah, I'm still well below half my.
Wounds
Oh, yeah.
take a while to heal in this.
Yeah, I imagine. But I got 4 emergency mid packs. I think I'm.
Wow.
Where he got those stashed?
Well-
It's got like really big trousers.
I just got a really big backpack.
I suppose on the plus side, if only we had some Bacta.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so that was the Stormtrooper Sergeant's turn. So whose go is next?
I'll go. I'm gonna follow the droid.
Okay,
So I'm gonna go after Sparks.
the same. Yep, there you go.
As he runs off, I shall say, aren't you going to chase that one? Isn't he going to go and get his friends?
Feel free.
I will shrug.
There's a lot of shrugging.
I've seen that before.
Not that I'll see that.
Shrug.
I think shrugging seems to be the order of the day, doesn't it?
I
are you
shall,
gonna do?
if on my action, I will come and say, have you managed to get this door open yet?
You hear that?
Seriously.
I'm not even going to respond to it.
Okay. Well, I shall walk this way and go investigate this stormtrooper lying dead on the floor.
Okay. Yeah, Stormtroopers have got their Stormtrooper armour, and they have blaster pistols.
Okay.
Oh, they weren't rifles.
No, they were pistols. They were.
He did 8 damage. Brutal.
I
Are
shall-
they heavy blaster pistols?
No, they were just blaster pistols. These guys seem to be sort of lightly armoured. They're moving around in the
okay.
rocks and stuff. Maybe they just want to have one-handed weapons to like. So they can
Scout trooper
balance
type.
themselves. Yeah, kind of thing.
Do
but
they
not
have? Do
actually
they have
scout
little
troopers.
grappling hook things?
Yeah, they have little grappling hook things.
Maybe I've got a little grappling hook thing
Okay.
and a
You've got-
blaster.
Yeah, you've
It's
got a little
it's
grappling
better
hook
than my
thing
little holdout.
and a blaster pistol.
Nice blaster pistol. Cool.
Yep. Okay. So it's my go, but I don't have anyone else to go. Anybody else yet to go?
No, we've got.
No? Okay. It's the beginning of a new round. And the Stormtrooper Sergeant seems to be on his own inside the ship with the rest of you guys. Can we remove the dead bodies now? Okay, cool.
So he's in the security office.
He's in the security office.
With-
He's in one of those kind of raised, it's got all those control panels around in a circle. So he's got a bit of cover. And he seems to be trying to hold out from there. But you guys get to go first. So who wants to go first?
I would quite like to go before you tie him up and give me disadvantage to shoot him.
He blasts me though, and I die. I will not be happy.
So is that one zone there?
No, this room you need to move into that one.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can.
And then I'll shoot him.
Okay.
I'm going to take strain to get one of them.
Get an aim, and there's 2 difficulty.
And his cover.
Yes. That's a lot of dice. I'm going to use a.
Oh, that looks like that went quite well.
Yeah. Sorry, it's too late. You've rolled the dice. I was going to use a dark side point.
Oh, just make him re-roll the purple into.
No, it's too late. I'll just use it on you.
2 successes, 2 advantage.
Okay. So you shoot him.
So he takes 7 damage.
Okay. 7 damage.
And I will give him a black die on his next attack.
Okay, so as you fire at him, sparks rise up from the machinery around him, and he is like slightly dazed and shaken from it, which means
Rising up from the machinery. Well,
you
alright.
find it slightly harder. Hey, it's Star Wars. All the everything.
Everything gets sparked.
You can hit a solid metal object in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, right, it's his go. So he is going to go and try and shoot back at you.
Back on that.
Let's go back to the battle map. I mean, if no one's moving, we don't need to.
Okay, so
we don't need to.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah,
He's
somebody's
firing
gonna
at me.
Yes. So he's going to try and shoot you. So he's got those.
Okay, I'm going to spend a light side point
Whoa!
to up the difficulty.
Okay, let me just do it on both of them.
So
There's not many light side points left, is there?
There are.
no, but
Okay, so you're going to
that
upgrade
last shot
one.
Really
so I've got 2
hurt.
difficulties.
Oh
so
yeah,
one of those will be
I wouldn't
upgraded.
go anywhere near anyone
Yeah.
that's going to shoot me back.
I've got those, and I'm going to spend
And
a dark.
I'm coming cover.
Yes, you are.
I
in
did
cover.
deliberately do that.
Yep. I'm going to spend one of those dark side points.
Give yourself.
To
To
upgrade one
undo
of your-
the.
No, to upgrade one of my dice.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
just turns a green one to yellow. Doesn't it?
So you
What's going on?
should have
There we go.
you should have 2 setback because you've got a setback from the thing and then a setback from the cover. So
Yeah, so he's got 2
Yes.
plus 2 black dice.
I've got 2 black dice, a green, 2 yellow, a red, and a purple. Ah! Ooh.
I've never seen so many faces over dice before.
That's like looking at
Emotional
each,
roller coaster.
looking at each different dice and working out.
So, I got 2 advantages, 1 threat, so I'm left with 1 advantage. I got 1 success, but 3 failures. So I failed the shot. So he's like... However,
You get 1 advantage.
get 1 advantage.
He can recover a strain. Or give an ally a blue die.
He's gonna. He can't recover a strain. So
He doesn't have any allies.
He's
He's
got
run
no.
away.
He's got really no options. He just fires wildly at you, as you expect stormtroopers to do. Who is going next? Ninja.
Unless actually... Because he can move, shoot.
Your face.
And then you...
Sorry,
because
I'm gonna switch to the
You'll
other
make
camera.
it. You'll
Do
make
that face
it. You'll
again.
make it harder for him
Switch
to
to
hit.
the.
I can't even do that face again.
So you'll make it harder for him to
Oh, yeah,
hit.
we don't want
so-
you in the way if I'm going to be shooting, do we?
He's gonna be dead.
He's going to be dead.
Or if
Well,
anything,
he has he been? You hit him, didn't you?
yeah, you did.
yeah,
you did him for
not
like
damage to him.
you did 9 damage to him.
Yeah, yeah.
didn't you?
So
You want retribution, don't you?
I did like
He
7.
did shoot me in the back, and it actually was probably the most painful shot I've taken so far.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, if the
so you're giving in to the dark side.
oh yeah, of course. So I'm gonna do my manoeuvre into there,
Cartwheels.
And then 2.
and then I'm
strains,
gonna use my strain to manoeuvre into gauge. But what he's gonna do, he's gonna up onto the thing, and then blade down on top of him as he comes back down.
Like it.
Wicked.
Excellent. I'm going to use a dark side point to upgrade one of your difficulties to
So you. Yeah.
to a red die.
I'm gonna use our light side point.
Oh, I'll put it back then. You could have told me that before I did that.
Well, I wanted you to press the button.
Just messing with you.
That's what you get.
Click on it.
It was that one.
There
Was that one there? Well, this is
Intrigue us.
Okay, right. So basically, these 2 just cancel each other out, leaving me with 2 successes.
we go. Okay.
Oh, get in.
Look at that.
Flat 2 successes. So he takes 7 damage at 2 pierce.
Okay.
Into his head.
Yeah.
Okay, so
He's actually aiming for the bit here.
you run and you guys watching swear that his first step is like in thin air. But it's just like ninjaing. He's like jumps up onto the console, leaps into the air, sword swings around, boom, not quite into the head, but down through the clavicle into the body, and you see his arm on that side just like reflex out, and his gun scatter to the floor, and then he just like slumps down.
Nice.
Okay. Yes, and you clean your blade off, and you are left. The stormtrooper over there has run away. There is no longer combat ensuing, and you are inside the ship. So you found the security room, so you can.
I'm going to pick up that Stormtrooper's blaster pistol.
Okay, cool. Yep. Standard issue Stormtrooper blaster pistol.
Better than mine.
Yeah, sure.
Fair enough.
That was where I went.
There's another one over there.
Oh yeah.
Yours is better than that one.
Yeah, mine's a heavy blast pistol, so
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna I'm gonna have that then.
Yeah.
Go for it.
What is it?
A blaster pistol.
I'm not sure what the stats are.
It's got a damage of 6, a crit of 3, and a HP of 3 compared to your gun. That's the differences.
What range is it? Medium again.
Medium.
Oh, yours is
mine.
medium.
My holdout's only short.
A heavy blaster pistol is medium.
No, it's not hit. Well, not from the book.
Oh, just the blaster pistol.
Oh, okay.
Can I keep my normal light blaster pistol because that's got a stun setting?
Of course you can.
Thanks.
I'm guessing a blaster pistol also has.
It does have a stun setting.
I think all the blasters, when I was looking, had
They
stun
do.
settings. Yeah.
You should have to watch out for the. Well, see how you get on with the encumbrance, because that can have quite an impact on.
Yeah. These aren't too bad. They're like 1 and 2. So like,
Are we out of?
we're out of combat.
Combat now. All right.
Yeah, and the irony is that armour has encumbrance, but as soon as you're wearing your armour, you lower its encumbrance by 3, which means my armour has no encumbrance on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's only padded.
It's distributed over your body rather than you carrying it.
If you've ever worn armour yourself, which you have, given I know your hobbies, you'll understand.
Yeah.
Is that why you've got a sword?
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what do you want to do now? You found the security office for the ship. You can see now where there's that dead end. That's a ruined corridor that's kind of collapsed that would lead into
So
some
there would
other
be
part of the
additional
ship.
parts of the
So
ship.
there could be a bridge, there could be engineering. You can't access those areas of the ship. You found security, environmental, and what looks like the storage area.
Okay.
You know that in the security centre, it's clearly locking down something valuable
Beyond that door,
Beyond
yeah.
that door. So what do you want to do?
I'm going to head into the security office.
Okay, you go in and you can see the stormtrooper sergeant.
We need those
once his-
croupier things, don't
Once
we?
his carcass is... Oh, don't worry about that now. That's cool. Once his carcass is out of the way... carcass is such a harsh word.
Yeah, I think Janway, that would be.
cadaver.
Janway's done his job in killing all the things. He's just kind of dragging the body out of the way now, so everybody can get to the
Okay.
computer desks.
Can I suggest we have someone in front of the door before you open it, just in case, because the the Bacta, which we've come to get, is right outside the door. So if the door opened and someone went, "Ah!" they could actually destroy all the Bacta,
True.
and we'd be like the other side of the
Yeah,
ship.
I'll walk back that way.
So I'll go back because
Yeah, 'cause you're-
I
yeah,
should
yeah.
be where the Bacta is, but somebody else. We didn't think there was any
Bacta.
sound in there, but it just might be worth somebody else being
Yeah.
there.
Come on, Jan. So the rest of us are all going to go back to the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you take the Bacta out of its
No,
container?
because
Okay.
if we find a skiff or something that we can carry it all with, then, but we might find more. We can each carry one canister,
All right.
so
Okay.
if need be, we
You can
can.
just carry 2 canisters.
Well, yeah, we can carry 2, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
But if we carry one, we can use a pistol.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, so
That's true. Did I say it's highly explosive as
See,
well?
that's thinking. That is
Okay,
thinking.
so Sparks, you get into
not hyperdrive
the
fuel.
centre of these consoles. You quite quickly find the security, the kind of door system. You can see a lot of these systems are relating to something that no longer exists, like the damaged parts of the ship, so they're like dead. But you can see this active system. So
Okay.
if you want to try to computers it, or
Yes.
whatever, how are you trying to hack it?
Yeah, I suppose I'm computersing it, aren't I?
Go for it. So that's your intellect and computers. And this station is designed to give access to this kind of thing, so it's 1 difficulty die.
Given his familiarity with Imperial tech, would he get a blue? A boost die?
It's just a low difficulty.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
one.
Given it was an Imperial
Yeah, it's
security
easy
droid.
for you because you're used to this kind of system.
Oh,
Triumph. Okay.
and then 2 fate. But they cancel out.
One of those.
So,
You
Yeah.
still get success for a triumph.
so I've got. So they cancel out those. So I've got.
Yeah.
Triumph and advantage.
And the
Okay.
triumph gives you a success
Yeah, so
as
success, triumph, advantage.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Success, triumph, advantage. So you didn't have a. Did you have a threat?
No, I had
they
two.
They were cancelled.
Okay, they were cancelled out.
Okay, cool. Success, triumph, advantage. Okay, so you find the thing and you easily unlock the door. Triumphantly. Your triumph.
The door explodes.
I hope not. I'm
No,
standing right in front
this
of it.
is it's Star Wars, not a Michael Bay film.
Fair enough.
You see that in the within the chamber there are various systems, and there is a storage locker for handling equipment, which you can see as the small little red side. Oh, it's off the screen. Sorry. Here we go. Yep.
Yeah, I'll point out
That little red area, there's a storage locker there, and you unlock that as well.
Oh, nice.
And you can see there's a small inventory of a grav sled in that storage locker.
So I'm just going to come to Dreep and say, yeah, head through the door I just opened into the
Okay.
storage room.
So you guys, the doors open, and inside the chamber, you see to the right large containment pods.
Yeah.
One containment pod has got inside it small canisters that look like Bacta. Some of them seem broken because obviously remember this ship has kind of crashed. The second tank, which you can see slightly further away, is a large Bacta tank, and there is a person inside it. Someone who looks, as you can imagine, horribly injured, very hurt. One of their legs and one of their arms is missing, and they are floating in this tank. This huge, it's like a big ass tank.
Is there like a computer next to it?
There is a computer station. There's like the lights are flickering slightly. It seems like the systems are damaged. You know that the central computer core is sort of damaged and stuff. So
Treep, see if you can find out who that is. Shan, give me a hand with the stuff. We'll start loading. It's on the sled.
I shall see if I can work out who it is.
okay, these big containers on the sides aren't really built for. They're like built into the thing, into the ship. So you could take the canisters out.
Yeah.
This big tank with someone in it
Yeah.
is not really movable. It's like a permanent
Yeah.
fitting.
Are the small canisters empty or full?
Some of them are broken, but as you go up and check them out, you can see that there are 5 canisters that are intact,
In addition to the other 3?
in addition to the other 3.
And I've got Bacta inside it.
As far as you
Oh,
know,
so-
you need. I mean, you need.
Yeah,
to-
yeah, yeah.
to-
Hold on,
to
so there's
check
8
them.
canisters, and each one of these crates can hold 4,
There's a crate outside.
which can hold 4,
That can
and a
hold
crate
4.
that can hold.
There's not a crate in this
No,
room.
but we can
Oh, it's
carry
just
them.
canisters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously they've got some for use on the ship. They've got some from a crate that they can move them about in, and there's a grav sled in the side chamber that
That
they
we
can,
can- we
that
can
you
load
use
the
to
pallet.
load the pallet up.
I'll open the crate, remove
Yeah.
the bits of the damaged one.
There's a load of gloop in there, and it's kind of horrible. But you can. It's kind of like a little
Yeah.
gripping.
I'm just
you
gonna
know,
make space for one
aperture
of the
that you
others.
Kind of slot it
Yeah.
into.
Because then we can put 4 in.
You can
the
put
crate.
4 in there and load it up on the. If you wanted to balance a couple more in it, you could.
We can just
But
carry
when you
them.
go into the ravine, it
Yeah.
would get dangerous. So you can just.
Yeah, we'll carry the others.
Do you want me to
Put it
find out?
down.
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
we're basically doing like the
The
manual labour while you're doing your
It's
thing.
4 difficulty.
I will comm you to let you know what's
4
going
difficulty.
We need another purple dice.
Another purple dice. Have we got one left?
We've got 2 left.
We've got 2 left.
You can use 1 to do it. You can use 1 in a go. I'm going to use 1 as well to upgrade one of those difficulty.
Just so you don't change the screen.
Just have to change it on the screen.
We believe, the dream.
I can't believe that. I've definitely failed. There's no way I've succeeded in that, is it?
I don't know.
He's got 5 failures.
I've got 1. Oh no. There's 1. Yeah, there's 3. There's 5 failures.
You
There's
actually get 1
1, 2,
success.
3, 4 successes.
So you failed.
So I failed.
But you got 3
3
advantage.
advantage versus 2.
minus yeah, so you got 1 advantage.
I've got 1 advantage, but I failed.
Okay.
Perhaps you mention it to
So as you go over to the computer system and you start to interface with it, you can see that vast amounts of the data core have been like irretrievably lost in the crash.
Yeah.
And all you can get, which you can see on the screen as you pull up from the right data file, is the vitals. And you can see that this person is in a Bacta-induced long-term coma. And you can see that they need a substantial period of time. It's in Thyferra cycles, so you don't have. You think like it's probably months or something that this person still requires inside Bacta. But clearly, and there seems to be the other thing you kind of glean from it is there's serious security protocols somehow still in place on the integrity of the systems maintained. It's almost got its own little power signature. But data, however, has obviously been de-scoped from the priority systems.
Okay.
Okay, so what the rest? So you're loading up. You've got the crate.
Yeah,
you've got
basically
the grav sled. You've got all these.
We've
things.
loaded the crate on the grav sled.
Okay, as you're doing that, you hear from outside.
Let's get out of here.
Okay, so you've got the grav sled with the 4 things on.
Yeah.
Each of you.
So how many more were there? So it was 8 altogether, wasn't
So
there?
there's 8. So we've got 4 in the grav
One
sled, and
person
then we'll
will
all have to carry
operate the
one.
grav sled.
Shall I operate the grav sled? Because I'm pretty much not going to be able to do anything else.
All right, if you want to carry 2 of them,
I'll carry 2.
we'll carry 1 each, and we can hold. On the way, I think we should blow that Bacta tank before we go. Whoever this guy is, he's clearly important to the Empire.
And Imperial. Well, you could sell the information.
Well, we can't save him, can we?
Before all of you finish, I just take out my heavy blaster and blast the glass.
The blast.
Okay, you're gonna blast the glass.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a roll. It's this thing is like shielded, but not like
Some
an energy shield, but
turrets coming out the ceiling.
I'm assuming we were already here.
Hardcore.
I'm assuming we were here.
Yeah.
To be fair, most people we're probably the only 2 there because we've got one arm and a blaster out.
It's not something I would
This is
concern
not,
myself
like,
with.
You can't really fail, but it's just like, do you do damage to it?
To be fair, I'd open up as well.
Sure.
So I get 2 successes and an advantage.
Okay, so you. I mean, that's like 8 damage.
9 damage.
9 damage. Okay, right. So you pull your heavy blaster out, and you're like, and you can see like a bit of a crack. You can see it's kind of thick. It's not glass. It's like a transparent aluminum. Sorry, crossing genres.
Aluminium.
Star Trek quote. There's like a faint crack in it. It's not like hosing Bacta out or anything. And there's a slight judder of the lights in the thing.
I'm doing the same.
Okay,
I'm
go for
basically
it.
just as he pulls out and starts firing.
Okay.
3 advantage and 2 success, so 8 damage.
Okay.
Oh, and a crit.
And a crit. Right.
Finish it off.
Seeing
not
as
sure
I
you
can
can-
spend that 3 advantage
Can you
to crit it.
critical on a tank?
You can. I could hit
Yeah.
something.
He's
like,
healed!
Yeah, go for it.
I could hit like its power supply or its
hang on, we can
oxygen
do the
cable or something.
vehicle.
Didn't you say Bacta was explosive?
No,
No, I was joking.
Oh.
Here we go. Okay. Right.
if it was, we would not be operating a tank.
Yeah,
full of it.
Hey, let's go.
Let's run around with the grenades so people can
Right,
shoot.
Yeah.
roll percentile.
Yeah. D100.
71.
71. Okay, as you kind of shoot it, you kind of hit part of the control systems that are linking it up to life support and the environmental systems. And although you can't like remove it, you can still damage those elements. And you can see now there's a fluctuating light. Like there's often a glowy light within these kind of pods in the fluid that's kind of flickering. And it's almost as if the person inside is kind of swaying. It's very thick, this Bacta, so you can't quite see who is in there. You hear feet in the corridor running down the corridor behind you.
Are we already away?
No, you'd probably just be waiting in that corridor.
Okay.
Just outside. Okay. As you're standing there, a Rhodian comes around the corner, looking, and starts. Where's? Did you find him? And you recognise this Rhodian is one of the people, one of the black marketeers that you made contact with here on. Let's make sure I get Vandelhelm to find this location. It seems that they potentially sent you here to clear the area out before, they couldn't do it themselves, or they didn't want to raise suspicion, perhaps. It says, "What? Have you found him? Have you found him?" And you can hear more people coming down the corridor. And as you guys are like loading up all the stuff, and you can hear this kind of conversation going on in the corridor outside.
I'll kind of stroll out holding a blaster. Found who?
As you step out, you see there's a Rhodian, and now down the corridor there's a human and a Weequay, who looks like some sort of bodyguard, big tough guy. And you can see further out into the ravine that there are a couple of other people moving around. And the human says to you, you recognise the Rhodian, but you don't recognise this human. And the human says to you, it doesn't matter who he is. All that matters is he's safe. Now, you have what you're here for.
Yeah, he's in the room next door.
Yeah, and at that point you go, he's all yours.
Is he intact? Was there any damage during the crash?
It looked like there was a fair bit of damage.
Yeah, I think there was some damage during the firefight. You might want to go. You might want to go check on him. We'll be on our way. We've got what we've come for. And we're just going to walk.
Okay. The Rhodian says, maybe can you spare one of those tanks in case there's a leak in his system?
Sure, if you've got the credits.
Come on.
I'm not stopping. I'm walking.
What do you want for it?
1,000 credits. That's what we're being paid. Hold on. Do I have any idea how much these things are worth?
To you, it's worth 1,000 credits.
Yeah, but I know my
Oh, it's like worth way more than that.
I'm just going to look at you and just go. I'm just going to say. I'm just going to do that.
Yeah.
2,000 credits.
Look, do you think we've got like a bunch of credits lying around?
Why don't you?
The Weequay has got a heavy blaster rifle.
Why don't you go and?
How about we give you that and you give us one of the?
How much is a heavy blaster worth?
Heavy blaster rifle is worth about 1,500 credits. We don't have cash.
Okay.
All right, I will.
But if he's injured and we need more Bacta, then we need one of those canisters.
Holster the pistol.
Okay, well give us the canister.
I'm holding
and he's
one
got the
in each
rifle
hand.
and he does a deliberate swap. Yeah. He's got this human is maybe about 50 years old. He's got dark hair with sort of greying at the temples. He looks like someone who's lived outdoors most of his life. He's got slightly leathery skin. He's got dark skin, but it's got like a tough complexion to it. And he's got like a long coat that kind of sweeps back a bit.
Almost like a cape.
Not a cape. It's like a duster kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it's not dressed fabulously.
He's got a blaster on his belt. He's got. He looks like he's wearing shock boots, and which are close combat shock weapons on your feet for people who can kick well.
Awesome.
Which you're like, they're pretty cool.
You can take the blaster back. I have the boots.
So they hand over this heavy blaster rifle. The Weequay looks slightly pissed off.
Yeah.
Muttering in his own language. But he pulls out 2 heavy blaster pistols. Yeah. And he's like, and they say, and they kind of move aside, and the Rhodian takes the canister. And this is the person that you, in particular, Dreep, spoke to.
Right.
And they were very interested in and talked to you quite a bit about Bacta when you originally made contact.
Yeah.
The Rhodian runs into the room and is like, oh, I need some help in here. This thing's taken some damage. And you can hear him start to like manoeuvre about.
Yeah, we just keep walking as everyone. I'm guessing everyone's running past.
Yeah, yeah, and people
We're not being paid for this.
People start moving into the ship, and you guys head out with your grav sled. You've each got some. You've now got 7 canisters of Bacta. And you make your way.
And a nice new blaster.
And a nice new blaster, heavy blaster
heavy
rifle.
blaster rifle. And the last shot we have of you on the ship is Kavan looking at the heavy blaster rifle and sort of admiring it as he looks back down the corridor and people run into the other room. There's a screen wipe, and you are back at the Wayfarer, and you're pushing the grav sled up onto the ship. You're in a kind of little chasm that you found where you've been able to park.
I'll be running to the cockpit, firing everything.
Your whitey, freighter, which looks a lot like the Millennium Falcon, but with
not quite
the cockpit in the
reasons.
middle. Yeah, but with a cockpit in the middle. It's a very common ship in the galaxy with lots of different configurations. And you bring the Bacta into the ship. Into the cargo bay area that isn't filled with plants, which your
absolutely
area is. And you
how legal is Bacta?
Bacta is,
as in, if we were caught carrying it, how would
you would be seriously questioned.
Oh, you
by
better
the
believe
Empire.
that's going into my hidden compartment.
Hidden compartments, yes. One of which is in the Arboretum.
Yeah.
I think you probably call it.
Yeah, we'll probably
garden,
put the big crate in there.
So your ship is transport configuration. So it's got mainly cargo pods with a few bedrooms and quarters for potential passengers if you have them, 1 or 2, but mainly for you guys. Obviously, Sparks doesn't need a bed.
He's got his cupboard.
Yeah,
I have a hammock among my plants.
Okay, so one of the cargo bays. I don't know if you want to describe what it looks like.
I will later.
Okay, cool. It's you've got all your plants in there and your hammock, and you guys all get on board the ship. Kavan and Sparks, you get into the cockpit, and you dust off the engines fire, and and as you're flying off, as you start to fly off, you can see now that off to one side there are a couple of small freighter ships, sort of parked, dotted in between sort of 2 sort of rocky outcroppings. And clearly emblazoned on one side of them is the symbol of the rebellion, sprayed in the kind of eagle, that kind of crescenty thing. And you sort of point in the other direction, start to fly away, and as you do, you can see on the horizon 3 TIE fighters coming in the general direction, and you head off into orbit.
Punch it, Sparks.
And
The sparks actually just go bam.
Literally. Okay, and you go to hyperspace, and we will end the episode there. Cool, excellent. Right, that was hopefully a lot of fun for our viewers.
Learning curve for the rest of us.
Our first foray into Edge of the Empire and Fantasy Flight Games Star Wars. Thank you very much for watching. I think I've learned a few things there.
Yeah,
how to deal with
we
some of the
all have,
difficulties and things, which is pretty cool. Please don't forget to go and check out all of our social media links below. Also check out our Discord and our Patreon. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And also check out our friends of the channel. We have the Thornless Rose, Old World Podcast, and Bjørn Felle.
Go check out my new single.
Yeah, new single on Spotify.
Links, I'm sure, will be below.
Links will be below in the video description. So thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Fractured Empire. Bye-bye.